Hey everybody, it's ED.Gamer. It's 12/22/2018, 7:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going to likely get disappointed by trying Atlas today. It is completely overwhelmed. Getting the game was very, very difficult. Getting the download was very difficult. Paying for it was very difficult. I heard over 200,000 people were just completely slamming Steam servers to get a copy of this game. It looks like everybody's looking for an MMO to play, so stay tuned and we'll see what kind of fun we can get into with Cyberpunk and friends on the stream today. So maybe if we're lucky, we'll get on Atlas. So hope to talk to you guys soon a little bit more. Be in game in a minute.
Servers, please, come on, please, servers, come on, let's get it going here. Redonkulous. Let's go, servers, let's go. Come on up. Do something here.
All right, everybody. We have Atlas up and running. I heard getting into the servers is becoming a huge problem, or not becoming, but continues to be a huge problem. So it's unfortunate. We'll bring Cyberpunk into the fray very soon, and we'll have a little chat about what's going on.
Looking into connection drop issues. Thank you for your patience.
Hey, man.
Hey, what's up? So
You're on. You're streaming with me. Hopefully, that's not a problem.
I'm not streaming with you right now. I'm just in the streaming here so I don't get disturbed because I know you were going to be streaming.
No,
Turn it off,
I
that's live.
have your audio on with me.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I was
Cool.
Stop playing farting noises in the background. Anthony, come on. Come on. He's streaming. I don't want you to on that. Come on. Go. Not you, Anthony. My Anthony.
That's the way it is.
So basically, we're gonna play on the Kraken's Maw in a PvP, but problem is all the free ports right now are all empty. There's some sort of connection job issue, so I think they shut down all their free port servers.
Okay.
So there's like 15 different free ports. You could choose from, each holding 150, so you're coming to a grand total of what appears to be 2,400 people being able to play on the starting areas. And you could pick anywhere from like the tundra areas to the temperate to the tropics of where you want to start. So I've been trying to aim for these eastern tropics because there's 3 grids, M7, L8, and M9, all Freeport areas. So it seems like a pretty noob-friendly area of the map. Plus, you
Right.
don't really want to start in the tundra or anything like that, or the high desert, because then you'd be too hot or too cold
Right
away. Ideally the tropics, or maybe right along the equator.
One sec.
Alright.
All right. Want to make sure that my my audio is good.
Yeah.
It's good. All right, so we're doing north. You're doing Kraken's Maw, right?
Yeah, Crackett's Maw, and then we're just trying to get in at this point. They were throttling the servers. Now that part seems to be gone, but now they say looking into connection drop issues, and there's zero, like every grid coordinate shows 0 of 150s, and then if you try to join it, like I'm trying to join M9, Southeast Tropical Freeport, sits there, and then eventually it'll say connection dropped or something like that.
Okay.
You can't get in.
So what section were you trying to do on the map so far? Were you trying to
Eastern Tropics, ideally.
which so which Freeport? M8 or M9?
M9, yeah, that's the one I was aiming for because it's not too far north, it's not too far south. It's kind of like just right. It's not like it's not in the equatorial area, I should say. Plus that area, I figured then we can go sailing to the west a little bit.
Right.
Like southwest. This is crazy, man. There was people in game too. I don't know if there's people there. There is still people in games. So it seems like this is more for people trying to get in the game now.
So this is where everybody's basically stuck right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Pretty much. I was watching some streams earlier though. It was cool. Like there was a couple of big streamers. They were playing with the devs, and the devs spawned in a bunch of stuff to show them, you know, like the late game things, like the late game building.
Right.
So basically, it works like Ark does. You start off on this island. You can only stay there till maximum. They say ideally to leave from around level 5, but you can't level up past level 8 there. There's no PvP allowed in the free ports.
Okay.
So you just gather mats, then you make a raft, and then you leave on a raft for wherever you feel like going next at that point. If you like Ark, you need to make a bed, or you could spawn at your raft if you have one, your boat, your ships and stuff.
Right.
So that's how it works if you die. There's an element they added with the survival that you have to actually manage your vitamin intake.
Vitamins?
Yeah.
Really?
You have to watch your vitamin levels.
Now you get your vitamins just from your whatever you're eating, and it'll just convert it into vitamin levels in the game.
Yep, and you can get too much. So if you have too much vitamin,
you get scurvy.
You know, well, yeah, you can get scurvy if you have vitamin C deficiency. But if you have too much of the non-water soluble vitamins like A and such,
right?
You end up like getting killed, kind of. You overdose.
If you have too much.
If you have too much, yeah, you can actually have too much. See,
that's awesome.
Like graph to monitor it, yeah.
So interestingly enough, the medical edge of that is vitamins A, D, E, and K. They're fat soluble vitamins. So those vitamins.
A wasn't.
It is.
Oh.
A, D, E, K. Yeah, they're the ones that are fat soluble. So if you take too much of a fat soluble vitamin, it's held in the tissue. Whereas the water soluble vitamins, like C, you just pee out whatever you don't need. So you can't really have too much. That's why if you look at pills, they have like 2,000, the recommended daily allowance of vitamin C. It's because it really doesn't matter. I mean, it's a selling point, but once you get to 100% stores, then you really don't need any more, and you just urinate out the rest.
Yeah. That's like I take a multivitamin.
Yeah, me too. So everybody basically just stuck on this joining server, and then it just connection times out, and that's it.
Well, see if you can get in, because some people were able to bypass this by being able to join off friends that were already in the game. So,
oh really?
Get actually into anything, yeah.
Let me see if I can pull your friend list and see if I can join off you.
Well, I'm not in the game though. That's the thing.
Oh, that's right. You're in the menus. That's right. I can't.
I've been in the menus for 90 minutes. I have not even been able to make my character yet.
Oh.
Because I knew this was gonna happen, so I figured I just might as well wait and try to get in at least. I ideally wouldn't. That's why I didn't start to stream up. I'm not even gonna bother streaming it tonight. It's not really. I don't have the time to do it tonight. I'm not even really dressed for it anyway. I mean, I could go camless if I wanted to, but it's whatever. Yeah, still nobody in the free ports. I'm gonna back out a minute. They must. Let's see. We tried doing this way. No, unable to fetch current server info to join. Yeah, so it looks like they took the starting servers down briefly. I can't imagine being down too long, man. Game just started. I'm gonna back out a second. Take a look and see. I'm taking a look at the Discord a minute.
What's the Oh, are they going up? Is that why they're turning green? Some are green and some are blue. If in the server selection now.
It's a possibility. Or no, not the server selection. The main servers are up.
No,
the whole game is not down. It's just the starting areas are the issue. The login areas. So if you're already in the game, you're good. It's the people that are not in the game that's the problem.
Right, but then why are some of the servers green at the very beginning, and some of them are blue?
Good question. I don't know.
And I thought it was just because that's the one my character or where I was last at, but before the first and the third were green and the second and the fourth were blue.
Well, they started this 60 minutes ago. Pathfinders, we're currently investigating a server-side issue that is causing some servers to refuse connection. We're going to analyze what's happening and work on a fix on this right now. And that's pretty much it.
So I heard you can mate in this. You could.
Yeah.
You need to grow your hair grows out. You need to get your hair cut. And then obviously there's the health stuff you just talked about. I'm sure dehydration is also a big issue, just like any other of these survival games.
Yeah, just like ARK, you gotta eat, but it's pretty relatively easy to get stuff, except for when you're out to sea. So what you want to do is you can make water skins. And basically, they recommend taking about 5 of them with you before you leave the island, so you have enough with you to, because you can actually fish and cook while you're out to sea, so you don't really have to necessarily worry about getting meat when you're out to sea, but you can't get any fresh water. So.
Right. So your boat has a kitchen.
Well,
or,
the ships do, but
yeah.
you can place things wherever, so you can put a fireplace on your raft, basically.
Nice.
Oh, that other game that Toby was talking about, Outer Wild, I think it was, got delayed in 2019.
Did it really?
Twitter about it. Yeah, I don't see anything there about it, so let's see what the Discord is saying. Easy, idiots.
Wow, Discords are still pretty active.
Yeah, China's all getting pissed off now because they're region locked. They should be, though. You don't want China people coming into these servers. Or they're asking to region lock China, I should say. But it's whatever. You can have 40,000 people.
Trying to look at some of the information.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if they're saying anything. They really haven't said nothing else yet. Just some spam going on right now.
A lot of spam.
I mean, the game already has 38,000 players in it. They had current players 38,263. So that, I mean, that's the thing too, is that if, you know, you have all the United States U.S. servers, I should say, filling out. You know, the max that the server can hold is 40,000.
Did you try any of these other areas?
I did earlier. Yeah, I tried every single one at one point.
So
None
the
of them.
so the ultimate result is no different.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Is there Twitter saying anything?
Not yet. That's what I'm looking for right now. I'm checking around to see if anything updates.
They were a little slow on Twitter.
They've actually been pretty active on Twitter since launch, though.
I think they were maybe just working so hard when people started initially getting a little bit fired up.
Well, the thing is that basically they don't have a PR team. Their devs are the ones that do the tweeting.
Oh.
So it's kind of ridiculous because they don't have a project manager apparently.
So how did Ark do on consoles?
It did good. I mean, let's just see. Let me check current Steam. Let's see. So right now, even at the moment, currently there's 40,000 people playing Ark right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ark, okay.
Ark.
Atlas right now is saying 21,000 in game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was 38,000 peaks. So Ark's beating it out right now. Obviously, that's just for the moment. But yeah, I mean, so Ark's done pretty good. Just waiting. Luckily, on the Steam database, Steam is listed as thing. What is that? Chewbacca? What's this?
Yeah, at 4 o'clock they said you should be able to get in.
Well, yeah, people have been able to play already since it's gotten up. People were in the game. There's still people playing in the game. The problem is that the ones that are not already in is the issue.
Yeah.
And I think people that were in free ports and not out of there yet probably got kicked out too. Come on, something. I can see if there's anybody going game right now. Like Summit went back to playing Sea of Thieves, those servers work. Everybody else is playing other stuff or looking at the main menu screen. Yeah, so all the servers went down. So yeah, people actually aren't even in the game. People got kicked, so the servers come back up. Which means that's going to be a fiasco waiting with the logins, too. Man, it's one thing after another. Let me see, hold on a second. Timac, I think, still in game. Oh, no, it's a bot. The ambient stuff in the game is pretty cool.
The what is?
The ambient sound and stuff.
Yeah. Oh. I was very hopeful.
Wow, Tim, I built a sloop earlier. That's crazy.
So they're not really saying anything on much of their social media about this? Because didn't it say that some people are having a problem, but now you're saying it looks like everybody is
Yeah, everybody's
off it?
down. No, nobody's in the game at the moment. Every single person is not in game at the moment. That's who that was.
Hmm.
Going in with us too.
Yeah, so the one thing that might be good is if they're finding a server side issue, they're gonna have to take the servers offline to patch it.
It
So
might not need to patch it. I think they're just investigating why it's doing that. It's just it might not require a patch. A client patch is just a server patch. Because the servers at the clients at 2.0, the servers are 2.1.
in here I was worried about going out to dinner that I would be missing out.
I know. I mean, I thought the same too all day.
Did you go out or did you eat home?
No, it was here. We had company over, the family over for dinner and stuff. The thing that sucks is, I gotta work tomorrow. I want to be able to get in, or I gotta go offline.
What are your hours tomorrow?
8-7.
Ooh.
Then I gotta work Christmas Eve. Then I'm off Christmas Day. Then my birthday's the 26th, and then I'm off again. But I did put in. See, I gotta check something because I had put in for vacation time, so I need to actually check something. I had put in to take that time off, and I gotta check and see if it's there.
Do you definitely get your time off if you request it, or is it just that a request? And
Well, they changed systems, so I don't know if it flowed over to the new one. That's the issue. So I gotta check and see. And then I didn't bring it up initially because I was like out of vacation time. But since about to be the new year, the new pay period starts and ends after the new year, so my time will have already reaccrued to put into place anyways.
right.
I get like 4.5 weeks now. Checking some stuff to see that.
I mean, doesn't the server have to be on the same version as the client?
I don't think so. hate how everybody's calling this Arc 2. It's made by the same dev team, so of course they're gonna use like some assets and some things that
Oh my
work
God,
in the
yeah.
other game. Like, makes sense. It's not broken, so why not improve upon it? It's better.
Yeah.
It's better than Arc in my opinion. There's more you could do, and be a pirate. And you could tame things evidently because there's triggers just like how they were
In an arc.
in Arc,
Yeah.
to like whistle for them and stuff. So there must be things you could tame. I thought it was cool. You can learn sheep music. Like they had some war drums on the boat, and initially they were just free playing and just like banging on it, and then one of the admins spawned in all the music, and he took it and like ended up like playing some crazy song. It was cool.
That is cool.
You can have like these crazy shanties going on while you're out, and you find little messages in a bottle, and then they end up being treasure chests, treasure hunts like, in certain islands.
You know, I like that because, you know, I'm not saying that Sea of Thieves was a bad game. I think it was a good game, and it was a game that was, you know, kind of ahead of its time in a lot of ways, just about, you know, the water mechanics, and just, you know, it was kind of like Zelda but large scale as far as you remember that N64 Zelda title.
Yeah.
But here you're taking like all the cool stuff about Ark, all the crafting and all the building, and you're like adding it to Sea of Thieves, and it's just a lot more robust than
Plus
than
they
Sea of
added
Thieves.
political stuff, governments taking over. I saw them how they do claims. So you know, claim an island. If nobody has a stake in a claim in an area, you can claim that island and you can govern it. So you can actually set a tax rate for people to live on your island. Like if you don't want to kill them or fight for it, and if people like say they want to build on your island, you can actually taxate them.
Right.
Because you do find gold. So you can pay people in gold, and in addition to that, you can buy. Like there's vendors and stuff. There's areas where you can buy crewmates, NPC crew, to man the ship.
So what about sailing? Is that when you get a bigger ship, could you just have your teammates, you know, man different areas of the boat, or do you have to use a NPC crew?
No, you can have everybody man a different area of the ship. You can have people on the cannons. The captain can actually has a menu to call orders out without having to just talk on voice chat, whichever one's easier. But you can actually push a button to tell everybody like, hey, you know, starboard side, fire cannons now, like together. So it's like time.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But if unlike Sea of Thieves, if you lose your ship, you lose your ship. Like you have to rebuild a new ship. So there's a lot of risk involved in fighting or just going out in general because of like the monsters, the ghost ships, and the ship with the dam. There's two different kinds of ghost. There's one that's like a ghost ship that's harmless, kind of. I think it is harmless. And then there's another one that's called Ship of the Dam. And that one will actually come out of the water and start attacking everybody, like patrols the water. It's like a cursed ship. That's
cool.
And will attack you. And you can take it out, and then there's treasure when you for it.
What about you know, is there boss battles? Is there like elite enemies and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, there's titans and stuff. Like that Ifrit that you saw, the flame guy, you know, the Hydra. Yeah, those like bosses. But I don't know where they are in the game exactly.
Right.
Because when you look at the map, it fills in like Ark as well. So basically, your map starts blank, and then as you're exploring, it starts filling in.
Right.
And there's a compass, and like I said, there was different things that you can use for navigational purposes. And the sailing is similar to Sea of Thieves in terms of like deploying the sails and how much.
Yeah, it
and,
looked
like,
pretty
the
similar.
angling. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was the really cool stuff about it, but the content just seemed very just small changes on the same sort of central idea for missions and stuff. So I'm hoping that this, you know, I like the sandboxiness of this because, you know, I'm a big Star Wars Galaxies fan, and a lot of the fun I had in that MMO was just, you know, what you made of it. You know, different, you know, going against different clans and stuff like that, looking for resources. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably gonna end up putting a lot of pressure on Sea of Thieves to be better
Yeah, absolutely.
in terms of adding. They're gonna have to come out with like some big content patches of some kind, because it's not. You know, that game is more of a session-based action game as opposed to an open world. I mean, it's open world; you can go wherever, but there's still really no. Like, you can't build your own base. Like your
Right.
ship is your base, basically. Checking the servers again now. So NA PvP Kraken small. No players yet. I think I'm gonna sit on this screen though, because I know for a fact the second these things do come back up, it's gonna be crazy. I'm just gonna keep it selected on M9. Oh, I see what you were saying about the yellow and green. No, it's just you highlighting it.
Oh.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with anything. The different biomes are cool too.
What are the different biomes?
Well, going to the tundra, there's a tundra,
Mm-hmm.
then there's a polar area,
Okay.
then there's there's temperate areas, high desert, low desert, equator, and then tropics.
They have
And
some.
did I say temperate?
Yeah, you did.
Temperate.
They have some pretty big islands too, right? Because that was the other bad thing on Sea of Thieves, is that the islands were, or at least the ones that I were on, they were all pretty small, very easily to traverse one side to the other.
Yeah, there's bigger islands. Most of the islands on this remind me of like Ark-size islands, like the islands that were in Ark. In which one was that? I'm trying to think. Because Ark kind of did it to where they didn't want you to go out to sea. They added like the shark and the whale to make it so you couldn't go, even though you could make a raft in that. They made it so you couldn't really go out to sea.
They didn't want you out there.
They didn't want you. This is total opposite. They want you out there. That's why the whole map looks mostly like water. There's no gigantic landmass as far as I've seen so far. You can see the actual map. There's on the Play Atlas site or whatever. There's an
Right.
actual map. Shows how it works. And then it's actually a globe. It's not a flat map. So if you were to start and go in a straight line from one area, eventually, provided it would be like pretty much impossible to do in terms of gameplay. But hypothetically speaking, if you were to start like say grid M9, go west, eventually you would wrap around the entire world map
Right.
and come back around to M9 again. As opposed to having an end like, skybox or whatever where you're going to just fall
Right.
off the map.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like in Sea of Thieves, Sea of Thieves, you go too far out the map, it pushes you back, it like kills you. Yeah, that's the end of the world.
Must
I
be
like that.
must be hard to implement that, because not really many games do stuff like that.
Only other game that I know that does that, and even then is not really the same way, is Eve.
Yeah.
Eve Online does that. Other games that would feel like it can do it, like WoW, it doesn't really do it because it's instanced. But Eve is kind of the same way. I mean, you have the gates and stuff you take, but in theory, because it's space, you can kind of do it.
Yeah.
Through wormholes and stuff, you can do it. But yeah, I think as far as I know, this is the first game that's ever done that. But I saw how the session change works. So when you leave the island and you get, each grid is a different server. So that's how they come up with the 40,000 people. I think each grid can only hold 150 people at any given time. So, or it could be more. I mean, it might be. Well, let me see. How many grids? I have to do the math on it. But if each grid for the starting area is 150, I'd imagine each regular grid's also 150.
Yeah.
As well. So you have all those, and then when you change, it kind of it doesn't do like a loading screen, but it kind of has a little hiccup, and then like, oh, you're in a new area now. Like it kind of changing server seamlessly, basically.
Oh, come on, guys.
I know.
Player is 0 of 150, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just sitting right here. I should keep a Twitter window up or something too. Check their Discord again, see if there's anything going on. Discord news. Role assignments.
There's already pre-set up cities, right? Like, so the stuff from the trailer are the basic starting cities or towns that are on these islands? Or do you spawn out in the middle of nothing and you have to start collecting?
Wait, I didn't hear. What did you say before?
When we watched the trailer, a lot of the gameplay showed big built-up cities. Are those cities are there NPC cities, or is it everything created by the players?
It's a mixture, I think there's some NPC cities. Because one of the streamers earlier went to one. So, and the free ports all have one NPC in it as well. Every starting area has an NPC to talk to.
Is there, I forgot what I was going to ask you. Is there, missions?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like hunting things or something, if I remember right. Well, I mean, I guess you can count the treasure chests as missions.
Right.
Kind of. You have to find those.
That looked a lot like Sea of Thieves. Running around with a stupid map in your hand.
Yeah. Checking the other guy's Twitter now. Working on getting third-party hosts set up as well as releasing Dedi server files in a Linux server. Oh, that's the other thing too. There's gonna be, so you saw how like there's unofficial tabs. So
I saw that.
Like these roleplay servers are gonna be at. Which in a way, I mean, it's not. If you get a ton of people there, that's not really too bad. But I kind of just like the scope of the fact that you could, in theory, have 40,000 people on an official server.
Right.
It's kind of crazy.
Did you see the dev kit where you, at the end of the trailer where you can like make like a World War II game using the assets of the game?
I did. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Wonder how long you can last in the polar regions.
Well, you can wear suits of armor. Then you can get furs. You'd probably have to have furs to survive up there, just like an Ark's biome. Whenever you went to the snowy areas in Ark, it took a lot out of you if you didn't come prepared. The funniest told me, or he showed me, he got a key, and apparently, if you got a key, it gave you the game for free. I didn't know that.
What do you mean if you got a key?
He had gotten a key to play for the streaming.
Oh, you don't have to. It doesn't. Oh, okay.
But I was under the impression those keys that they were giving out were actually
Were temp keys. Yeah.
Yeah, but it gives you a whole copy. I was actually talking to him earlier. I was surprised. I said, man, actually, I should check now and see. But earlier, there was like barely any. There was like one guy streaming Atlas. Even now, it's not even on the damn list. Let me see. Is it even there? It doesn't look like it is. Let's see.
Well, I mean, people don't want to sit for a 2-hour server selection screen. I mean, I think there was a lot more hype and a lot more tolerance of that when they thought, whoa, look at the game is going. It's almost out, ready to start. And now it feels like, well, the game has started, but it's got a different feel. It just feels broken now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how long the game was up and allowed to be played until they had this problem?
About 20 minutes.
No.
Not long at all. Because I was downstairs, and when I saw that the servers were up and ready to go at that point, client update, I went to log in, and I couldn't get in the server, but some people had already filled it up. It was up, and then they went down. So that was pretty much it.
We're going to play more PvP, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, depending on how people are, I'm just looking at my screen. I can't believe I've been in here 103 minutes and haven't even
Done
made a
anything
character yet. Yeah. Refresh.
People are complaining. Oh, I read a couple of complaints on the Discord. Like, I'm gonna ask for my money back. This is ridiculous. I mean, it's amazing how quickly people play that card.
Yeah, I know.
But it's like,
it's stupid, man. You're gonna have launch issues. It's early access game.
Well, my
That's
feeling
fine,
is,
I don't care.
my feeling is, don't worry about your money. Worry about your time.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, it's $25. We'll get more than 25 hours out of this game for sure. I always look at it this way. When I buy a game, if I can get my money's worth, I put an hour. I put $1 an hour. So if I play a game for 60 hours and paid $60, then it was worth it. That's the way I look.
Yeah.
Because when you go to the movies, it costs you practically as much to see a 2-hour movie. Between popcorn, 2 tickets and popcorn or whatever, or how many tickets?
Oh my God.
Take kids and stuff. Gotta forget it. You're paying about $100 for the movies and popcorn and drinks and everything. And if the movie's bad, you say, well, the movie sucked, and you go home and you forget about it. People in gaming, they're like, oh, it's early access, and I can't get in, or, you know, there's a bug. Okay, well, it's an early access game.
That's the usual warning that goes with these.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing with early access is because people decided they would pay for early access to be able to take a part in the development process and actually get to play the game early. Hence, early access. People just ended up turning early access into... I mean, we had that conversation a while ago with everybody where it's like, they just assume early access is a full release, and it's not. That's why it's cheap. This game, when it's out, is going to be $60. So, might as well just get it now. It's going to stay popular and relevant. People from ARC are going to come over and stuff. And you have people that will stay with ARC probably, but once they get bored of doing that, which some people are, but there's multiple maps there.
Right.
They'll come here. But the dev kit, and there's all potential for modding. You know, who knows what kind of things they could do. Maybe they'll have a new map eventually made where it's like different. You know, maybe not as many islands. Who knows? You never know. So.
I think the modding is really what stretches your ability to play longer any particular title. I mean, just think about just think about how much we play Arma. You know, I've never played the actual real campaign Arma. I've only played it for the mods.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if what they're doing right now is the fact that they're not just like tweaking the server stuff. I think they might be actually requesting their hosts to increase capacity based upon what they're seeing. They're probably looking at, okay, this is how many people we have connecting, and this is how many people we have in these grids. We need to add more. They might even have to put a few more in. They might be looking at certain grids saying, okay, we need to add this grid, this grid, this grid here, and make these free ports as well.
Right.
For initially. Because it's pretty much cut and paste stuff. Like, they all, from what I've seen, a lot of them look relatively the same. Kind of.
Okay.
Not exactly, but it's hard to explain. I haven't seen anybody been in the tundra yet. Nobody's gone to the tundra. I've seen the temperate and I've seen the tropics.
Have you seen the desert?
I haven't seen the desert yet. No, I don't think people want to go there just yet.
So what's in the center of the map?
The equator.
So I mean, I understand that, but that's so that just means the islands in these areas are going to have that type of climate.
Hot ass weather. Yeah, it's gonna be hot. That could be where some of the like forgotten lands are at, maybe, with like the dinosaurs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we'll have to explore. There's gonna be a lot of exploring. You have to build a sloop. Sloop doesn't take too long to build, apparently, if you have the team with you, because like I said, one of the streams I was watching earlier, he built a sloop in about with two other people. It was, and I think it was like several hours. The sloop ready to go. So didn't take too long. I remember he built a smithy on his raft. He started taking crafting mats with him. Then somebody came and stole all of his stuff. He had to start over.
That's great.
So he came and
like
went into
all
his
pissed
stuff
off.
and took everything. Yeah, they had to start fresh. And he stayed on an island for a little bit. He went like 2 islands over. Stayed on that second one for a little bit, and then started building up. And then like not building a base, just building up stuff for resources. Surviving, and then once he got sorted out with some gear, they built sloop. And then by that point, it was time for him to get off. The only thing I don't like is the character creation. There's gonna be a lot of people that look stupid, like art, like
Yeah,
midget, like misproportioned, you know, huge upper torsos and then like
littler legs,
tiny legs.
Yeah.
Nothing like the trailer. I was hoping that it was going to be limited like how it was in the trailer, but I'm going to make my character look normal. I'm not trying to have my person look like some weird ogre. I'm still going with trying to think of a name, honestly. I'm wanting to go with this whole Game of Thrones thing.
That's a pretty cool idea.
We can make a company called like the Iron Brotherhood or something.
Sure. I'm fine with any of that stuff.
On board with that.
Yeah.
Erica was like, "We need to dress up." I said, "I'm not dressing up tonight. I'm not dressing up for straight. I'll do it like another night. That's fine."
It's got to be working to dress up. It would suck to dress up and then be sitting here and stuck.
And people already have too. They've been dressing up. I'm just glad it didn't get delayed again.
Yeah, they were running out of excuses. With the not real excuses, but you know, for the angry players who are shouting about it.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
I'm gonna burn up their capital. They didn't patch the game on Steam, did they?
No, I thought I saw something light up for a second that was new, but let me check the Discord on that. God, they're spamming. So we're still working a bill. We'll let you know when we have something more concrete. We think that's old. What the hell? Why are they spamming that?
Because they're just trying to stir the pot.
God, that's old. The people on that main Discord are horrible. Horrible, man. Once they get settled in, they really just start banning people from there.
Did you find anything else new?
Nothing yet.
Okay. My son came in, needed a wire, so I shut my mics off.
Well, Jat is... All the devs are set to busy or idle. right now. Guess they, Atlas is just an arc right over. It's just a mod. Come on, bro.
It's just because it has some of the same characteristics, so people think that the devs didn't really do.
Already. The reviews on the store page are listed as mostly negative. This will balance out eventually.
Yeah.
This is not a new game. This is a mod for Ark. Big job. Boast 40,000 people on the map. Can't even handle 2K. Big job. Game is set to streamer only mode. Don't bother. I know Shroud would see this. I bought the game for Shroud. Shroud loves Shroud's life. I want us to. Oh my. Okay, I don't know. You gonna read the rest of that? See where that was going. Thumbs down until I can make it past the main menu. You see, that's the thing. 40,000 plus simultaneous players. The same word actually means 40,000 players split across 270 servers. What the hell did they think? That's how it works in Eve.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it works in Eve. Eve has something like, I don't even know how many players are left playing that game right now. 100,000, but not simultaneously. Actually, I think at any given time, usually somewhere between 20,000 and 30,000 players on. That's exactly how they do it in Eve. What the hell do people think? There's just one mass server? It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the physics of it is the physics of it.
You can't have a 40,000 host server, dude. Oh, my God. Most people were just saying because the launch took too long or whatever, blah, 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 so they you know.
Dude,
Okay,
this is...
By this game in its current state is a reskin of Ark that's somehow worse than Ark. If you look in the game's install folder, there are folders literally called Scorched Earth and Aberration, just reusing assets from Ark for a game that, according to developers, has a chance to be the greatest game of all time. This is utter shit. Come on, bro. Come on. 10 of 10 loading screen simulator, and he gave it a thumbs up. Okay. It will balance out. Once this stuff gets worked out, people are playing, and it'll balance out. Ark started the same way. Matter of fact, I think Ark still has to this day like mixed reviews. It's $20. It has, yeah, as of all reviews, it's still mixed, but in recent times, it's very positive.
Yeah.
For Ark.
I wish people would stop getting so damn salty.
It really
early access is early access, and everybody thinks that, you know, they're gonna pop right in and it's gonna be fine. And you don't know what the hell you're gonna get with early access.
Ark was terrible in the beginning. You
yes.
couldn't even get good frames in the
Oh, it was so jittery.
Horrible. How many hours do I have in Ark these days? I don't have 130. That's it. I'm actually surprised. You know what it was? Because I had stopped playing and I didn't buy all the DLC. I was one that was kind of aggravated that they didn't come out of early access and they were releasing DLC already.
Right.
That was costing money, paid DLC. That's what pissed me off. So then I have the Ragnarok map, and then I think what else did I have? The center, some of those that were free, the center, Ragnarok, but I didn't get like Aberration or Scorched Earth and stuff because they were, at the time they were 20. They're on sale right now, as a matter of fact. But I wouldn't. Yeah. I actually didn't like Aberration. It's all underground and it's weird. I'm not gonna play Ark anymore anyway. Not with this. I like this kind of stuff better. Checking Twitter again. 8:30, man. Jeez. 10 minutes ago. Keep you guys posted. We're still looking at these server connection issues as well as working on the side to get third-party hosts spun up and tech ready for unofficial to host their own networks. Don't really have ETAs to provide at the moment.
That's not promising.
God, the girl from freaking the Facebook group, man. I don't want to say her name on stream, but if you go to that tweet, like, she's like non-stop, man. Like I don't think she understands. Like she's really been like spamming the hell out of this stuff. She's not a streamer, just like I think she's a big ARC player, and now she's like hyped
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
I'm still staying in game because I don't want to disconnect off the actual server unless hopefully they don't make us have to reconnect. They might have to when it's time. I'm not sure. Or chemo.
Oh my god. That's tiring just sitting here.
Yeah. Well, this is why I didn't spin up any streams. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really wasn't gonna have time for it anyway, but that was why I didn't. What the hell? Oh, that's for tomorrow. Supervisors. Wow. Really? Okay.
Refund the game and buy Raft. Worst launch
Yeah,
ever.
Rap is horrible. Horrible game.
This is garbage. I want a refund. I'll just buy Minecraft.
These are just trolls and kids that are just.
No shit, it's early access, but early access is supposed to be playable. Early access doesn't mean no access.
Yep.
Saying the word Atlas until I get in game. Have fun with that. Oh, boy.
Wow, this is really messed up. Quick Nitrado cluster thrown up for any streamers that'd like to be able to view sell the Atlas while they're waiting. Please DM Lobo Styles or myself for the password. Are you freaking serious?
Wait, what did they say? I couldn't hear you.
Somebody with a third-party server threw up a streamers only server right now. It's a quick Nitrado cluster thrown up for any streamers that'd like to be able to view sell the Atlas while they're waiting. Please DM Lobo Styles or myself for the password. Wow. It says, have the game ready for everyone. Not just streamers. Stop making promises you cannot give. This is a joke. Forget the third-party servers. The big streamers fix the efficiency for people who are actually spending money in the game. Please, switch streamers to dare. Put the lives and shit out of these.
What's the name of the unofficial servers? There's 4 of them up now. Nordic, Dark Tides, Fancy Coast. Could we get in on one of these?
I don't know. I think the password off. I wouldn't bother anyway. They're unofficial and they're probably not even gonna last. They're probably just there for the people that want to play the game on the stream with until such as.
Wow,
Yeah,
it just crashed it. I tried to go in on an unofficial server and it crashed my game. Nice. It's now so quiet. There's these servers that are holding like 10 people.
Yeah, it's the Nitrado server. I replied to that tweet about it. I said it's really just dumb to do right now. You have people who have now officially paid the Dickens.
Yep.
Oh God, come on. I don't know how much longer we can wait tonight for this, man. Might as well show off some videos on your stream. Let me join your stream, by the way. I'm not even in there.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, I know.
You were at the Kraken's Mall, right?
Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm trying to go for that M9 one. Are you restreaming over to the Mixer still? You still doing both?
I never changed it.
Really? Want to see if you show up in their pool there. Take a look how that works. Yeah, Funyuns tried to get me to go back to going on Mixer again, man. And I'm just like, dude, I'm looking at Mixer right now and I'm seeing the top games still showing Fortnite, Forza, and freaking FIFA, and just everything console, bro.
I mean, wouldn't you expect that though? And the fact that it was kind of made by Microsoft for Xbox.
I'd expect it, but it's there. They had been talking the whole time like it's not supposed to be that way. And the one thing that's funny with Mixer, like if you take a look at every streamer, they almost all look the same. Everybody puts a green screen in the same, like this big green screen. Like, I don't know how to describe it. If you compare it to Twitch, it's like sometimes I feel like Mixer is like the go-to DVD, straight to DVD version of streaming,
Right.
because it's like they're really friendly people and stuff, and some of them can be good, but a lot of them are just really bad. Like, they don't know what they're doing, but they get a lot of follows because it's so small, and they'll play Fortnite or something, and get a hype zone, then they get like 10, you know, like 500 follows in one night and think they're going to be huge, and that's not really how it works at all.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's interesting, but but like I was saying, he tried to get me to come back, and I told him, I said, well, I'd like to see the change. He's like, well, you can make that change, but at the same time, I'm like, not really, because nobody really watches anything that's PC related only. And Atlas is supposed to come to console later this year or next year. I think it is. Yeah, I see it right here. There's a lot of people, like random people all of a sudden going live with this. This dude's yawning, not talking to anybody, just sitting there like falling asleep. Nobody's watching him. The top dude, he's been streaming since earlier. He has 258 people watching him do nothing right now. Another guy is sitting there in the menu screen like us, watching a video on a small screen for a stream, something else. I don't know what he's looking at, some game. But I consider doing it, man. Actually, I want to compare stream quality. I'm going to click your mixer. I want to look at the difference. Didn't even load in. What the hell?
You can't see it on Mixer?
It looks about the same. Welcome to the Atlas Talk Show.
That's about all there is here.
I know. By the way, on your stream, for the restream chat thing, it says ready and waiting for new messages. You see that there?
Where?
Look on your screen. Look at OBS, you preview, and I don't know if you have it big enough to see, but on the right side where it says restream.io, is it ready and waiting for new messages?
You know, I think it's because it crashed. It probably crashed OBS.
Oh, okay.
Well, let me close it. Hold on.
There's 2 people watching your stream right now, though. Don't know if it's a bot or not. Could be.
You see the do you see the text?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I see it. Pops up for both.
I have to figure out how to get rid of that.
Oh, you're on YouTube Gaming too?
Absolutely.
Have you ever had anybody come in on YouTube Gaming?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Really?
I did. Not many, but yeah.
That one's really seen. I was tempted one time to try Facebook Gaming, but I don't even know how that works.
I don't either.
I like Twitch, but they're all everything but Mixer is oversaturated anyway. I mean, but like I said, going back to the Mixer, it's just kind of like, well, until such a time as there seems to be more of a flavor for PC gaming, not just console stuff, then that would be the time. But right now, it's just Fortnite overshadows everything. In comparison, their top game right now, Fortnite, at 12,551 people watching. It drops down drastically to 3,000 total people watching for Forza Horizon 4, which I could care less about.
Right.
FIFA 19 at 3,000, PUBG at 2,000, Black Ops 4 at 1,500. Business Tour Online. Then the one PC game that's on here, or exclusive PC game, I should say, WoW, is at 900 people. Then you got Paladins, but that's for both. Music, Atlas at 400 people. Siege, which is console. Destiny, console. NBA 2K, console. GTA 5, console. Both, like either console or both, basically.
Right.
Minecraft, Overwatch, Red Dead Redemption, Dead by Daylight, Rocket League, Fallout 76, and then it starts to really just drop off and taper off to pretty much almost nothingness. 59 people watching No Man's Sky. Like, it just really just falls off to practically nil. There's actually somebody playing the original Diablo, though. Giving props for that. 11 people watching him play it too. Yeah.
You mean the old
the
Diablo
very
1?
First Diablo, yeah, Diablo
Wow.
1. 10 people watching him play. Gotta give him props for that. That's I always enjoy a throwback game. Same thing with Fallout New Vegas. 10 people watching somebody do a Fallout run. But then on Twitch, let's see what Twitch's top are right now. Let's take a look. Fortnite, Atlas, but the difference in viewers is just crazy. 189,000 for Fortnite. 189,000 versus what I say? What it was? 10,000.
20,000.
20,000 for Fortnite over there.
Yeah, but you mean against Atlas?
Against Atlas and Fortnite are practically tied. At one point, Atlas was number one. Only reason why it's not right now is because nobody's playing.
No one can play it.
Yeah. Then you got League of Legends, Just Chatting, which seems to be always up there. Dota 2, Hearthstone, Super Smash Brothers, PUBG, Call of Duty, Path of Exile, FIFA 19, Counter-Strike, Overwatch, World of Warcraft. So actually, the top list is relatively the same, almost. With the exception of League of Legends, Dota 2, nobody's really in Hearthstone. Take those out. Everything else is roughly about the same, just with a lot less people. But when you start getting into the middle of the pack, like you got a lot of stuff like Warframe, Escape from Tarkov. You know, like Tarkov is not even on the list there. I didn't even see anybody playing Tarkov right now over there.
Oh, that might
Hunt
be a little
Showdown.
bit about. That could still be about. Well, how much do you think the issue affected the issue with the security and the cover-up affected viewing, streaming, total involvement?
I think it affected a lot of people initially, but that seems to have been kind of not really talked about now, oddly enough. Ring of Elysium got an update, by the way.
I always
They got
update
a
the games.
New DLC. But I mean, to me, it bothered me. It didn't affect my likingness for the game, but I did not like the way they handled that with the copyright strike issues and stuff too.
Well, it was so funny how they updated the launcher like 48 hours after they said there was no issue.
Yeah, that was
That's
what bothered me.
It's a little
And yeah, it was a little sketch. So you know, those aspects bother me a bit, but I don't think they really lost a lot of people to that. I think they did lose some, because I know there were some people that like played that exclusively that were tweeting out saying they were either done with it, they weren't going to do their web show for it anymore, or stuff like that. So there are some people that have stuck to their guns. I don't know about the player base. It doesn't seem to be right now. It's not in a great spot. It's not really getting a whole lot of views anymore. Like only really when like Sequisha plays and some of the bigger names like Clean and stuff, like the ones that like pretty much they don't main Tarkov, but they play it often enough that they get a pretty good bump in viewership when they're on it. I think the issue with Tarkov is that it's just too hardcore for some people. It's a little too hardcore.
It is hardcore. It definitely is hardcore, and I have a really hard time with that game. It's so realistic. It's so hard to see where stuff's coming at you. The graphics are so very intricate that people can hide very easily in that game.
Yeah. And not just that, but there's no compass. They need to add a compass. I don't like the fact that when we're like supposed to be super tactical and they're like, well, there's a guy over there. Where is over? Like, okay, he's behind this tree in front of us. Third tree over to the left. Like, what? No, like we need a compass bearing.
Yes.
You know, to be able to, even if they don't want to put it on the UI, that's fine. Give us the ability to pull out a compass, or even like with the fact that you have gun modifications, you know, throw a compass in the
gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it's a lootable.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. I don't get it. I never understood why they never added one.
Yeah, it's very hard.
Gun custom. Oh, go ahead.
No, it's just very hard to call out plans and have any kind of like tactical anything when you're in a larger area or there's not huge landmarks to mark exactly where you are or people are. You know, how many times do we play? We go over there, by the tree. You know.
Well, like in terms of gun customization as well in Tarkov, it's like that in itself is overwhelming. You have to look at the wiki almost to know. Like Axel and them, they know how to mod like all these guns and everything. Oh, Frost wants to come in channel. Should I tell him to come
That's
in?
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Pull him in.
User was moved to your
What's up, Frost?
Hey, man.
Barely hear you, bud.
Yeah, turn up your volume.
Hey, man.
Still a little low.
Is it better?
Yeah, now
Yeah,
it's
that's better.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we're waiting to get in, man. The servers are like down right now. They're trying to figure out what was causing some sort of login issue trying to get into the game. So we've literally just been doing like a
Just,
not a
just
web show.
chit-chatting.
I'm not streaming. We're just chatting to kind of like pass the time right now.
Yeah, I was curious about how the game was.
Well, from what I've seen, it looks fun. That's why I bought it. So.
Yeah, I see a lot of purchase issues right now for it.
No, that's
I
been
had one.
resolved. Yeah, that's fixed now. That was
Oh,
just
that's
Steam
fixed,
was getting overwhelmed. Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ, too many people buying it once.
No, now we just can't get in the game. Just waiting. I haven't even had a chance to create a character yet, so I'm hoping that at some point their server issues are resolved soon. I can't imagine going too much longer. It's been an hour now, so those type of issues usually take anywhere between like an hour or two to fix.
Frost, you gonna buy it? Or are you waiting?
I'm waiting. Waiting. I'm
We're
probably
waiting
gonna
to
have
see
to wait till
how it
after Christmas.
holds over.
Yeah, I'm just waiting. I didn't want to like, because I'm not really sure. I mean, I think it looks cool, but I'm not as into those games as you guys are, so I just want to make sure it's right for me before I buy it.
Yeah. Did you watch any of the video? Any of the streaming or anything that happened earlier today?
Mm-mm. I'm going to though. But I just woke up actually. I just made some wings actually when I woke up like an hour ago. I mean, I didn't just wake up, but yeah.
I was watching it in the gym
Oh really?
on the treadmill.
Yeah, that's what I
I'll be
do
right
with
back, 1
Tarkov
second.
videos.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
All right, man. I'm gonna get a quick drink. Give me a sec.
Oh, all right, man. welcome back. Yeah, I was mainly waiting for you guys to stream because I don't follow anyone that plays Atlas, so not seeing anyone. And I did. I tried one earlier while I was like making my food, and the guy did not even speak English. So I was like, oh, okay. Oh yeah, it reminded me a lot of Ark, so I definitely see it's made by the same people. The compass or whatever that guy was using. He was like on like a boat or something.
Yeah. Is Mike still off?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, to me, it looks cool. I mean, it's crafting, it's crafting, it's exploration, it's ship battles, it's large scale. I don't know. Those things kind of make me happy.
Oh, I see it. Like I saw like a bit of the ship battles. Oh, hey, Mike.
Hey.
Hey.
Saba.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw like the ship battles. I guess in the trailer, and they look really cool.
Yeah, ship battles are really fun looking, at least from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Well, no matter what happens, if for some reason we can't get in tonight, ideally I'd like to go for the Eastern Tropics starting zones. One of those grids, doesn't matter which one really. Well, I guess it kind of does, but M9 or M7, either one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
L8 is on the equator, so I don't want to do L8. The Western Tropic ones are really far off on the other side of the map, but in a way, it probably means that you can traverse to the west more and then come around to the Eastern Tropics one. I wonder what happens if you leave and you go back to the free ports, like later on. You must be able to.
Oh, you have to be.
Yeah. I bet you there'll be like a massive recruiting spree there eventually for people's, whatchamacallit, companies.
I still cannot believe it takes 30 hours with the one at your back to go to around the entire map. That's insane.
Yeah, and the reality is that it would take longer than that, really. Bless you, because you need to eat and drink and fight things and stuff, so.
Oh, yeah, honey. All that.
Bless you.
Thank you.
This is like the truest definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again.
It is.
Hoping for a different result. You know, it was funny. I used to, people were complaining like during the days when this thing was delayed. So they're like, yeah, I took off work for this. I used to do that a long time ago.
It's a good thing you did.
WoW. And yeah, and it was always the worst mistake because launch day for anything always tends to have issues. I remember one time what was it? I want to say it was Cataclysm. Yeah, it was Cataclysm. When that came out for World of Warcraft, I ended up staying up till I think 5 o'clock in the morning to get into the game, and I had to work the next day.
Oh.
So I remember that night very clearly. I remember I came home from work. I ate dinner and I took a nap for about 2 hours or 3 hours. Like I knew it wasn't going to be coming out till I think midnight it was. And then they had issues with the server getting in. So by the time I got into play, it was like 4 in the morning or something like that. And it was just total waste. And then I ended up having to basically just start getting ready for work. And that day just dragged because I was so exhausted. Even though I took a nap, it just totally threw me off. Right. And it was like the beginning of a work week too, if I remember correctly as well.
That's the worst.
I don't even bother with launch days anymore. It's just like any game I've ever seen in my life has always had problems with like the launch days, like multiplayer.
Yeah.
Their servers get overloaded way too quickly, and they have to fix it. So yeah, you normally won't be able to play without issues for like probably a couple of days, maybe 3. As far as server issues like this.
There's no updates that I can see.
Nothing yet, no. I'm checking.
I was when I woke up, I was about to put in the Discord, and I was at the ask got delayed again, and I saw you guys in Atlas. I was like, oh, it was actually out this time.
This is as out as it gets right now. Map selection.
Well, there was one guy that said he rather them release it broken. So there you go.
Well, the game's not broken now. The game actually ran quite well on stream. The FPS looked good and stuff. Who's in the hub right there? Oh, yeah.
Watch there be like a streamer, like a big ass fleet already.
They have a different server.
Well, there's gonna be people playing the old stuff. The or what I say, the old. I meant to say the modded stuff, and the old stuff. I don't know. I said the old stuff. Man, I was thinking World War II. Let's see, general chat. What are they copying pasting here? Yeah, they're like, yeah, the guys copy and pasted the game. First of all, if you have working assets for a game of this size that you can reuse, it's not uncommon practice to reuse assets in a game from the same developer.
If it works, why would you have to remake the wheel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. No,
I mean,
point
there's
to
new
do all
assets
this
in there.
work.
Yeah, but some of them are the same.
I bet you there's similar assets in every of the last 3 Battlefields that just turn over.
In Battlefield 5, since World War I guns were also used in World War II, they basically just took it from Battlefield 1 and then put it in Battlefield 5. We're using the same stuff.
I think servers are about to come up.
Why do you think that?
Streamer House is stuck in joining session now. It looks like they might be getting ready to come up.
I think Red Dead's also kind of done some of that. They just improved the graphics. They reuse some stuff.
Yeah, man. If you are a commercial success, and a section of the game is well done, well liked, there's no reason why you can't just reuse this stuff. It's your intellectual. It's your IP, so just use it.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? I mean, when you a game of this scale that's that big, you can't make all new, like in a year's time for development, you can't go using all brand new assets, and they'll add new stuff in time. Like I don't get why people don't understand that. They can't grasp. Well, keep me posted.
They don't, as far as I know, usually they don't just rip it out. Like they don't really do it 76. They don't just like rip it out and then just put it the same exact. They usually improve it too when they copy and paste it, I guess you could say. So it's not just like they dump it out there without improving it a little bit. Because it's a lot easier to edit something and improve it than it is to make a whole new thing from scratch.
Yeah.
Right.
One thing I can tell you is when these things come up, if they come up soon, we need to be like quick on the trigger. I'm kind of like repetitively, I'm not spamming, I'm just kind of every so often doing a quick refresh join. Just because I know once they're up, they're gonna get they'll probably end up having an issue with too many people. So let me see, on unofficial servers, there is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's the Nitrado public one. It is a public 1x1 grid. Oh, there's a 1x1 grid. So it's just for people to go in and just basically just like try the. It's just their way of advertising for their server. To buy a Nitrado server basically for the modded servers.
Oh, so the joining was for a mod?
Yeah, no, not for. It's a 1x1 block, meaning it's just one grid.
Right.
Just to try the game. I don't want to just try. I would just want to get in and get progression. Like, I don't care about just getting in. I want to be able to play and save my progression. Care less about just looking at it.
You're gonna get wiped more than a couple of times, though.
That's the one thing too, is that I want to stick to the official servers for a bit, because they don't usually wipe those unless there's an issue with stuff. And this is going to be different than I think in terms of how it works with ARRRGH, yeah, because you know you have numerous servers, so I don't think wipes are going to be as often. But who knows how they'll do it in other servers. I mean, like, I don't even know how the people are going to buy mod. Like, how are they even going to do that to be able to hold so many people? Like, because you have to be able to get the whole map, and I just don't understand how it works if each one's a cluster. I don't get it. I don't know how it works at all, or how they will go about doing that.
I hate official servers in ARRRGH because I didn't want to wait like 2 days to tame a T-Rex, so it's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, there's that aspect of it too. Oh, nice. They've actually added a bot thing now to their other channels on the official Discords, like the general and the non-Pathfinder channels. If you go to like NA, they have NA PvP, general trading, company recruiting, general trading, and company recruiting for PvE, and it's in slow mode, so there's like a 2-minute slow chat, so you can actually read what people are talking about.
Yeah.
Dude, everyone just go to sleep so I can just play.
I saw that. And you can only type something once every 2 minutes in this.
Yeah. The install didn't take that long, by the way.
It didn't. I'm like, this is gonna be. Well, when it first started, I was downloading at like kilobyte speed. I'm like, oh, we're screwed.
Oh god.
So like, it'll be ready in like 11 days or something like that.
Oh, it's not even $60.
Shroud's on a private server right now, and he's missing raft parts for steering. Really? He can't.
Why is Shroud playing this? Is he only like a battle royale guy?
You know, the funny part is, even if I was a salty person too, like some of these people want a refund just for server issues and day one problems, I've already passed the threshold for being able to refund, and I haven't even played the game yet.
Yeah, what is the threshold?
2 hours.
Push game 2 hours, and
Yep. I've already been in over 2 hours now, just on the loading screen. Oh, you have to add the parts to control your ship.
What kind
That's
of parts?
cool. Well, like the steering magnet, you know, like the winches and stuff for the sails. I guess with rope and thing. We'll see. There's a skill tree and stuff. Now this dude's like, I wouldn't expect the servers to be up to date. To be honest, come on, get the hell out of here with that crap. That's not going to be the case. They're not going to just say, oh, we're going to have to shut the servers down overnight. They're not going to do that. They do that as a problem.
The Steam reviews are mostly negative. Holy crap.
And you know that's all because people just can't get in.
Yeah.
You're not going to have to actually reboot or restart the game in order
Might
to get
have
in,
to.
will you?
Might have to.
Well, I mean, you'd see it on the Discord too, that people can get in.
Yeah, and I don't believe it. Wow, that guy was spamming some bad stuff there. The 14-person server message room 3 stars left Discord requirement. That's so stupid.
What's the Discord for Atlas?
Well, the official Discord is a mess. Number one, because there's so many people in it, so you're always gonna get trolls in those official Discords.
Right.
Problem is the server staff doesn't seem to really get rid of the trolls. They just kind of let them ride because there's so many. So that'd be like an all-day task, just trying to rid trolls. So they just get rid of people saying like racist stuff and things like that, pretty much.
Right.
Dude, these people don't understand. Like, he's like, how do I go 2.1? The servers are 2.1, and I have version 2.0. That's not how where client-side patch is different than server-side patch.
Damn.
I think that's how that works. It's been 2.1 since when it was
For
up.
a while, right?
Yeah.
Atlas main menu simulator 2019. I'm kind of interested. I'm gonna try to find that because I want to see the chat, see what's going on. I imagine it's like, yeah, it must be a clusterfuck in there.
It is. What do you
Went
say?
downstairs and burned dog shit in a bag. More people gave it positive reviews.
Is that what somebody said?
That's what Damon said in chat.
Wait, what chat?
In Twitch chat.
Oh, did he? Didn't even see him. Damon, I'll be not fall for the trap of the fact that it's not gonna be a good game. Because when the servers were up, it was good.
I'm
Servers
here.
are just down right now, dude.
Dude, this game has horrible reviews. Steam charged me and then said I didn't buy the game, and I
Nah,
have
that's-
money missing from my bank account.
That's don't listen to that crap, man. People are just being fucking stupid because
No,
of the
it
fact
happened
that-
to him. It happened to him.
I'll tell you what, I'm more than willing to buy it again, or attempt to buy it again, the minute I can see somebody join a server.
I mean, isn't that more of a Steam issue than it is a...
It is
yeah.
a Steam
it's
issue.
a-
It
that
is
was a
Steam
Steam
issue.
problem
It just
earlier
makes me
because-
salty because Steam doesn't have money in free float. My bank account is money. Not that $24 fucking matters. Whatever, that's 200 drinks and a McDouble, but it's just annoying.
Yeah, dude, no. What happened was earlier, Steam ended up, their store got like DDoS because so many people were requesting to buy at the same time.
Doc, you shouldn't be drinking energy drinks at 9:30. Come on.
It's actually, it's cherry Coke.
I would say you're a doctor. You should be like not drinking caffeine. It's not good.
Not good for your health, right?
So there's 4 servers. You can't connect any of them.
Those servers that are there are unofficial. Which one are you talking about?
I'm watching Doc stream.
Oh yeah, you can connect to the server. You can't connect to the actual server itself. Like that's the main cluster.
So what's the problem?
The login servers are down right now. Because what was going on? There was a server lock issue that was going on. People weren't able to get into the free ports to start the character. So they took the servers down to fix them, to patch them out, find out what was going on. They're investigating them right now. Because the way it works, there's 15 free port servers. Each tile on that map there is a different server. Each one holds 150 people. So you have 2,400 people total in free ports at a given time. The max level you can be in a server on a free port is 8, level 8. before you basically have to go. Like you can stay there, but it's pointless because you can't do anything. You can't progress. You have to leave and move on. So people were in the game, and then suddenly when everybody was buying the game and got it all downloaded, the servers couldn't handle the load, I guess. So they had
Come on now, they didn't like fucking expect that.
Dude, this happens with every game, bro. That comes out with a launch. It's nothing new.
Yeah.
No, it is. There's nothing fucking. And these people don't understand. Like everybody knew it was gonna be based on clusters. It wasn't gonna be just one 40,000 man server. I mean, shit. It doesn't even work that way with Eve. When you're porting around, when you're going through a gate, that's another server, dude.
I know. I read the reviews, but a lot of people are saying it's an Ark reskin. Is it really that shitty?
Because it is. If you were making a game, Damon, let me ask you. If you had assets, yeah, if you had some assets that are the same, that work.
Of course, you're gonna use that shit.
Exactly.
But I meant like they made an MMO. Ark is not an MMO. Ark is Rust with dinosaurs.
It's different. It's better than Ark. I watched somebody play earlier for several hours, dude. It's way better than Ark. The progression system, there's a vitamin system in the game for the survival element as well, and there's still the Ark UI looks pretty much the same. The level up system, the skill tree stuff is relatively similar, but it's more involved. The building is cool. The fact you can hire NPCs, the governing of the islands. I saw them do that. I saw them hang people. That was cool. And so there's a lot you could do, man. Like I'm
gonna get it. Don't take me wrong. At $24, who gives a shit?
The only reason why people are on the store page right now is because they're trolling the shit out of it at the moment because they're pissed off because of the delay and now the server is down. It's the only reason why. Well, that'll balance out. That happens every single time. Like, I was just talking about that earlier. If you look at Ark's reviews, they have mixed reviews, and then now as of recent, very positive. Because there was a point in time when
I am. Just kidding.
Well, you know that.
Of course you are. I'm watching you. It was a joke.
there was a point in time where
I want to hang somebody. I mean,
yeah, so do I.
As long as
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Calm down, Tumbler.
Well, okay, let's be honest here though. Ark didn't have like really good ship combat, like at all. Like that PvP in there sucked too.
It had no
looked
ship
like the
combat.
nav. It looked like the UI was better. Because Ark UI is literally cancer.
Because because you could build ships in Ark, but it wasn't anywhere near how good it is in Atlas.
You could build a single raft in Ark.
Yeah, that was
and hopefully a megalodon and eat your asshole out.
Right.
You can only really make it look like a house, like if you actually did add on to, because you could add on to the ship. I did before, but like I could never make it look cool. Ocean.
That's why they added that giant whale to the map. When they added the whale, they did that for a
giant
reason.
Whale fixed everything.
Summit 1G is in. I heard the FPS is really shitty. Is that true?
No. That's people playing with like 980 cards right now. They're using like old machines, and they're like, I'm getting 25 FPS. What's wrong? Or they're like, I have a 1080 card, but they have like an old like i5 processor from 2008.
It's definitely an Ark. You can see. Oh, I don't know, Mikey.
Bro,
at least Summit 1G's. Okay, so it's the same Ark screen, but I'll give them this: the Ark.
I knew it was gonna be Ark, but we watched the trailer. It had Ark assets in it in the trailer. That's no surprise to me.
Right. No, it looks like Summit 1G's graphics turned way down.
Oh no! You know what it is? Summit's being an idiot because in the main menus you have to watch different stream because this is what I saw earlier, and I'm like, why does it look so bad? And then I watched somebody else's stream and it was totally different because there's actually a setting in there on the graphical settings for the low quality streamer mode that was on. Yeah, and if you have that on, look, show him it on stream. Show it since he could, so you.
I'm looking at.
See it. Well, Doc can show you right now. It's in the graphical settings. You go to graphics and scroll down near the bottom middle. It's right there.
All right, hold on.
So if you have that checked on, it makes the stream quality look like ass. It's like it downscale. It like downgrades the graphics.
Where's the settings?
In the graphic settings. You got to back out to the menu. Go to options.
Yeah.
But it's in the graphical settings. Yeah, it's like Ark, but I expected that. I didn't know if the UI was going to be different, and it's not really. It's mostly the same.
I mean, I've seen a lot of new things they added to it, so you can't just be like it's a reskin like entirely. Yeah, they're using the same assets, but that doesn't mean anything. I mean, every game probably does that to some degree.
Some degree, but it like I know I have to get into it. I guess I'm not
It's-
trying to be devil's advocate, but it looked a lot like just Ark.
Because they really added like a lot of like
I
the
like
water
Ark,
looks
though, so
amazing.
First
The
of
I
all,
liked
water-
Ark too. I used to play a lot of Ark.
we played Ark for a bit. You wanted to make an Ark server for a
I know.
while.
I
right?
was into Ark. I was into Ark.
It was the guys that were the other ones that didn't want to. I don't like dinosaurs. I don't want to play Ark. I want to play Counter Strike all the time and yell at each other. I don't
Oh,
want to
boy.
have fun.
I don't want to have
That's just
fun.
Axel. That's just Axel. I fucking
And
don't
the
get
other
mad.
guys. It was the other guys back then too. It wasn't just Axel then.
Well, back then I was bad too. Now these days I'm not that fucking. I
Oh.
get mad at him for being a negative Nancy.
Back in the day before we met Doc, when we played a lot of DayZ, and before we were on Origins and met Doc in Origins, when it was like me, Glenn, Frost, you, Luke, Axel, Gilly, freaking Larry, who
Fucking
else?
Larry.
No,
I'd
the
bring
other-
him back if Axel wouldn't be angry. Okay, what is happening? So far I noticed that you can make autistic looking characters. They didn't
What happened
regulate
to
that.
Larry?
Yeah, you can.
What
Larry,
happened to Larry?
Larry moved, and he told me that he was gonna be gone for a little while, and then he comes on every once in a while, and he basically just plays Counter Strike and then logs off, or plays the golf game. That's about it. He messages me from time to time when he comes on and says like, "Hey, what you doing, man?" And I'm like, "Not much," and that's pretty much about it. He kind of went into his own world.
I'm watching
But what
Shroud's
I was
video.
saying is that, yeah, Stroud's in the private server right now.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
But he was just kind of going on and on and on, like, you know, or the guys were going on because nobody back then wanted to play anything but either Arma, Counter Strike, or something FPS related. Nobody wanted any MMOs. Remember, it was always me and you that were like, okay, we're playing Eve, and then they get mad. Oh, you and Mike are playing Eve all the time.
I know. But
like-
I like MMOs though, you know?
I
do
wasn't,
I.
I wasn't as open to games back then like I am now.
Eve
Right,
is,
I know.
Eve is a fucking good game.
I was either
I agree.
obsessed with Counter Strike or
Despite
KG.
Axel's opinions that games are not Counter Strike, Eve is a fucking great game, and it's just because he doesn't understand it, and that makes him upset. No offense, love you, Axel.
You have to remember there's one thing in the group is that we have pretty much like us that play a variety of games and the others that don't. The other guys don't really play anything but FPS. Glenn doesn't really like anything. Glenn won't touch a fantasy game to save his life. Doesn't matter what it is, he won't touch it. It could be the best game ever, he still won't pick it up. The only thing that Glenn will play RPG wise is Fallout. That's it. That's it. I don't even think Glenn's played Skyrim, which is like almost at this point like a sin to not even touch that game. But anyway, that's like the only one he'll play. Fallout. And then everything else FPS. Axel's basically the same way with the exception of MOBAs. Axel will play Dota. He likes Dota. But that's about it. They don't play MMORPGs. They
Right.
don't play really like he'll play like Age of Empires, like strategy games.
RTS games. Yeah.
RTS games.
I love RTS games.
But ever since Axel got burned with some MMO, I mean, he played WoW.
He played
like
WoW
everybody
heavily, but he always tells me, "Well, he's like, I can't get into it like that again." I'm like, yes, you can. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
He won't
If
because
I can do it, you can do it.
I've never played WoW ever.
I plan to play it when Reforged comes out.
I wanted it.
when you're talking about Warcraft 3 Reforged,
World of Warcraft, the new one, the
oh,
classic
vanilla
server.
servers, yeah.
Is that out now?
No, not yet. They got
Is it
pushed
supposed
back.
to be just a vanilla server that you connect to with the main game, or is it a whole different game?
How do you
It's
push
just going to
back?
be a separate server, just that it does vanilla only.
How do you
that's
push back the original game? Why
They
would
go
you
back
need
to
push...
a previous build.
I
they-
know.
Yeah,
roll
they,
it
so
back
what
to
they
a-
did is they went back, so it took a while, because what they did is they used the current engine and all the fixes, and then they went back and stripped all of the original assets. I mean, it took some time. It's no easy task.
Yeah. Yeah, basically it's an upgraded version of vanilla. So essentially, because WoW's graphics, even though they still kind of look like cartoony, they've actually improved drastically over
They
the
have
years.
improved a lot. That's why I
Yeah.
want to play it because I think we'd be fucking great in a little guild.
When you see it
Yeah.
side by side, it's so obvious.
I
Oh,
my
yeah.
mo- like when I wanted to get into it like a long time ago, my mom never bought it for me because that damn South Park episode where that guy never moved.
Fucking ruined it for you. Thanks, South Park.
Yeah, South Park ruined it for me, and I just never like bought it. It's just never
Even
been,
if you
like...
take a look at the assets of the Worgen, which came out not that old ago, just pull up like Worgen old versus new and look at the difference. It's pretty crazy, man. They've really been able to.
Fallout 4 has well, I mean they still use like they just improved like assets from Fallout like 3 and New Vegas. And it's like every game does it. They all use like the same assets. They just usually improve it.
So far, I'm watching Shroud stream. It's him on a piece of wood
Yep, that's what
in
I'm
rough
watching.
seas.
That's because he didn't get the thing to fix it. Another game that had graphical improvements too, that we were just talking about before, was Eve. Eve used to look like crap
Eve used
when
to
it
like
first came
ass,
out.
and it was built in Python.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, or Perl, sorry, Perl and Python. It was a mix,
wow.
and it was just trash game. And then they refactored. But Eve today is, I don't know. Eve is like an ex-girlfriend that like.
Oh god, it tingles me. It tingles me every
It
time
does,
we talk
right?
about
It
it.
does. I think about it. I get the tingles, you know. I'm like,
Every time, man. Eve is a funny drug, bro. Like, because you see, it's one of those games that you can't play Eve casually. You have to play it, and you have to play it like hardcore. There's no in between with
You have
Eve.
to invest.
You have to invest the time. And so like I just can't do it, man. The last time we played, I was see, Eve is funny. You can have like multiple sub at the same time. It doesn't really do anything to you. So I'd have like one character doing fleet stuff and one character sitting there trading on the
mining.
other screen. Yeah, mining on like
See,
another
I never
monitor.
I never did too many subs. I did like one other sub because I usually trained a different character. But mostly for me, I don't know. I loved Eve because it was really good. It was easy to get immersed if you had all your friends on, and if you had a good corp and you're writing corp emails. And then like when we went to nullsec and we went with those guys out there, we would just camp gates and shit. I love that. You smoke a bowl, you drink a beer, you camp on a gate, you fucking blow people up, you loot their shit, and you have a good time. Or like,
Yep.
or when we would jump fucking $1 billion worth of supplies out in the nullsec. And we're like moving it from a station back and forth, back and forth. That shit used to give me a boner. It's like an adrenaline rush. You're like, any moment now I could lose at least $100 worth of shit. Yeah.
Restart Steam. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut off that. Restart Steam. I think there's an update. Somebody said that there's a small patch for client 50 megabytes. Let me see if that. I'll test.
Yeah,
it.
do it.
Hold
Let
on
me
a
know.
second. Yeah, I'll let you know.
I'm so behind on Tarkov now.
Yep,
Jesus
there's an update
Christ.
queued. Restart.
You gotta restart the whole
There's an
game
update.
though, too.
Yeah, you gotta restart the Steam client. There's an update queued. Get quick. Getting quick. Oh shit, man. There's an update waiting to start right now.
Funny.
Yep, they weren't lying. I thought they were trolling, but people confirmed it with screenshots. So then I was like, okay. That's the problem. But that's what I was getting at before with the store page. Store page would balance out once all this shit's fixed. The problem is right now, dude, is just because of these issues that people were just trolling the game.
There's
And
too
what-
many pissed off people because of the release stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they're taking out their anger and
Loading in the game, dude. I'll let you know if the servers are up, because the fact that there's a client update means that they just patched the servers. So even if they're not ready yet, we gotta stay refreshing. We gotta really get in. A new Atlas.
I will
There's
say that the
Kraken's
assets
Maw.
look better. Some of the assets
Yeah,
look
they're
better.
up. They're up.
All right. God, you're scaring me.
M9. I'm joining.
Looks like PTSD.
99 and 150. You gotta hurry, Doc.
Doc, we gotta fix your scaling, your key on your stream.
Oh shit! It's fucking happening. I think we're getting in. We're loading in, baby.
All right, hold on. I'm running.
M9, Mike 9, Eastern Tropics.
All right, don't freaking stand by.
Oh god, it's actually happening right now, guys. Here we go.
Like can't handle it. There's too much hype.
And it's down.
And it crashes.
No. What? You
No,
crashed?
no. We're just
Oh,
kidding. We're
God.
just kidding. We're just kidding.
Don't
We're just
I am
kidding.
so glad that I
M9?
was reading like
M9?
M9 Eastern Tropics. Yeah, come quick because it's filling up.
I hit join.
I'm still waiting for it to load in. It still says joining, so but it hasn't crashed out yet, and it was a patch. Yes, it's loading in. It's loading in.
It says joining server.
Fuck
The
yeah!
server is like Riley Reid getting trained by
Server full.
black guys.
Just keep trying. I'm already in here now.
says-
I can't.
it says
How come
players-
It should be full
it's-
if it handles 30,000 people.
It's
No, because each one of the free ports holds 150, but they don't. It doesn't stay that way for long because people will leave and stuff too.
It's 153 out of 150.
It's like a mob of people like
What should I name
applications
my guy?
slowly opening.
Should I, Nemo Ligma? I'm gonna name him Nemo Ligma. How's
Come on,
that?
you fuck.
That a good name?
Let me in.
Alright, I'll be right back. God damn.
Could be a big fat guy. Muscle tone. We're gonna make him pretty tone. Pretty.
It says joining
Yeah.
server. I don't know if it's gonna let me in. We'll have to see.
Good. Hopefully.
Connection
Why is
timeout.
my skin color black?
Server full.
Just keep trying.
I'm gonna spam it.
Spam it. Where's hair color? There you go. Hair color. Black hair. What should I name my character, bro?
I
Guys,
don't know, man.
Hey, Mooly fucking Mikey here. Sorry, Tom.
it's a good thing I was spamming everything.
Most people don't even know what that is. Talks like he's all fucking slamming the mute button, you know?
I'm not
But
gonna get in.
I just started spamming everything. But I don't like how the chat shows up when I'm trying to freaking adjust my character.
Server
Your
full.
preview link. Great. You may have to just jump on another one for now and we'll just have to meet up. I don't know. I mean, I hate to do that to you, but I mean at this point I don't know what to do, you know what I mean?
Northwest Temperate only has Northwest Temperate only has 99.
Try that one. It's not that far away.
Hold on, I'm seeing if I'm joining it. Are you still?
Yeah, I'm creating a character right now, so no worries.
Oh, I lied. How's Northeast Tundra?
I wouldn't go that far. I'm not asking for date.
I'm never gonna get in.
Give it a few. Give it a few. Big reason why is because people will end up leaving. I mean, because they have to leave.
It's now patch 3.0.
Yep, I saw that. I can't seem to change my beard color. Jaw style, eye style, also tone, nose offset. What's that? Jaw, cranium size, nose style. Here we go. The stubble is always the same for some reason.
I think my name's gonna be Enrico Bloodbath.
What?
Enrico
Could I be-
Bloodbath.
What should I be? Something from Greyjoy?
No, just fucking, I don't know, dude. Names are always fucking hard.
I'm gonna go on my Cyberosa
Alright, back.
Greyjoy.
Is this,
Cyberosa Greyjoy.
is this still working?
It's swamped, but it's working.
I'm like picturing like a gate with like thousands of people on the other side, and like when it launched, it was like slowly opening.
You know the part of the Avengers when they open up the force field?
Oh yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
It's like a scene from World War Z.
It is.
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, World War Z. We're just like pushing past each other. Jesus Christ. So are you both waiting, or one of you?
He's in. He got in. And
Damn.
I was behind him, basically restarting Steam.
Oh yeah.
All right, my name in game is gonna be Cyberosa.
What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know. Something what you said that GG stream it, Kappa.
Maybe stuff Theon Grey drums can don't do it.
All right, why can't I change my facial hair? This is what I'm looking at right now. Jaw style,
Ask for a refund.
right?
This is bullshit.
Definitely refundable request right
Well,
there.
I
can't change
I
facial hair.
refunded the game for less. Actually, no, it might be the same. Sniper Elite 5 or whatever, I wanted to get a PPSH, and it said I had to pay $2 for it, and I immediately refunded it. That's why I said the Steam.
Really?
So they were making me pay for a World War II weapon.
Oh no, your hairstyle color does change with it. Never mind, I was wrong. It's based on your regular hair color. You start with a very. I'm making my hair long to start off with. Even though it grows, because you age. I forgot about that too.
Ooh.
Eyebrow style. Gotta get the eyebrows right.
Gotta get my old unibrow.
Gotta make them on fleek here. How did I have a feeling that was gonna happen to us, bro? I had the strangest feeling that was gonna
That's
happen.
what happens.
You draw a tattoo on yourself.
Went down from 153 to 150.
Okay.
I'm worried that it's gonna rise up like 5 more.
Oh, you can tattoo yourself later on, apparently.
Come on now.
Oh, lost connection.
Oh shit.
Are you fucking serious? Fuck you, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Come on. You got to be shitting me right now.
This is like
Oh, it's back up. It's back up.
this
It's
is
back
like-
up.
oh, it's like watching people online for the first Star Wars movie. They just take whatever they can get. Mikey's just like, let me just build a character. Let me just build a character. Just
Bro, I'm
just
sitting
give me
there looking
that.
at my character, all of a sudden it's a that lost connection. Come on, man. Come on. For Christ's sake.
Oh my god.
Mine just says host pending connection timeout.
Yeah, I think the servers crashed again from everybody coming in.
Why
What
do
the fuck are they doing, dude? Come on.
Why do I feel like you're gonna be stuck, and then Doc's gonna get in? This is gonna be like vice versa.
This is absolutely ridiculous. The latency's at 10,080. 10,080 late ping.
Holy shit.
Come on, somebody's probably DDoSing the fucking servers now.
Probably someone pissed off from the delays.
This is absurd, bro. You've got to be kidding me. What are the Twitter saying right now?
I'm just trying to
Take a
get
look.
in.
Yeah, no. Well, there's room on the servers, 87,150. So, but it keeps saying lost, timed out, pending connection, lost. You getting that?
Yeah, I got it like 5 times so far.
Here we go. For those experiencing, could you join the server via the server session list again and selecting a new free port should automatically put you in the right server. Rejoin button seems to be having issues at the moment. For those of you experiencing lost, timeout, pending connections, could you join Could you joining the server via the server session list again? What? It should automatically put you in the right server.
All right, I'm gonna try.
Okay, so it's.
I'm gonna try L8.
Oh, I see what they're saying. Okay, it's saying rejoin Atlas. You back out to the main menu, you go to rejoin Atlas, and it looks like it's gonna put you in. But yeah, they're saying nope, that didn't work. Come on, what the fuck is wrong with these people, bro? Rejoin button seems to be having. We're investigating. Oh my God! And made a character join Fatal Error with 50 lines of code back to timeout. Wow. That's exactly what I was doing. I was just about to push OK on the character I was making.
And crashed. Isn't that what Damon said?
Yeah.
And Spider Solitaire.
No. I knew that was gonna happen. I was like,
something might be happening for me because I just have the logo up. There's no menus. The music changed.
Yeah, I know. I'm on the same screen. I'm right there with you, just waiting for something to happen.
You know what would be great right now? If the Troll Last song started playing.
If who?
The sad part is, you know what the saddest part of this is? This is supposed to be out the day of my work day ending, and I was supposed to have 3 whole days to stream play and stream this game. And it's literally coming up like at the end of my weekend, and about to be time soon for me to go to sleep because I have to work tomorrow and I can't even get in the game yet.
That sucks.
That's the sad part.
That fucking sucks.
I'm still on that whatever's going on here. The the Atlas logo's like lagging a little bit because it's trying to load assets or something. I guess. Like Arc does when it loads those assets. Oh wait, something's happening.
You have been banned from the server.
Your client is out of date.
Oh my God! That was
Did you get the client out of date?
No, I'm just kidding. Please update your client. So you're watching my stream. You're on the same thing.
I haven't alt tabbed because I didn't want to. I don't even want to risk anything at this point. I had your stream up and then I closed everything when I saw the restart Steam, just because I just didn't want to take a chance on anything causing the game to crash when I knew it was going to be a loading fiasco.
So you're seeing the Atlas logo with the glowing edges.
Yeah. Yep.
There's no other menu on the screen. There's just
that.
My screen just flashed for
a
second.
Flashed. Yeah, mine is flashing as well. Yeah.
It looks like this is like your
chroma
desktop
car thing that keeps fucking sliding
you know what it
across
is?
your face.
That's the software green screen, but because OBS and Atlas crashed at the same time, it loaded. It's assuming I want the green screen effect, which I didn't. So, but it puts a watermark over it. So, I would have to can everything and restart it all to get rid of that. So I'm not gonna.
Why don't you just pick up that green screen from Amazon, the one that pulls out and just comes up stiff?
Because I'm actually not going to use a green screen.
Oh, okay.
This automatically loaded like that.
Oh, okay.
Mine's
yeah,
in the corner.
I ditched my green screen too.
In the corner, does your thing say Primal Game Data _BP?
No. Right now I just see underneath it says "Welcome to the adventure of a lifetime."
No, all the way in the bottom left.
Welcome to Main Menu Simulator 2018.
No, that's the loading assets thing. Yeah,
right.
I already did that, but I'm stuck on this now. I'll be damned if I don't even I just want to get into the game. I just want to just
let me cut a tree down.
Wood or something.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
At least let me cut a tree. Let me just do something survivally for a few minutes before you crash again.
Talking shit on that.
I mean, I get it, man. It's day one, and there's gonna be these issues. I totally get it. Like this game it was hyped, and it got even more hyped because of all the memes going on with it and all the stuff that happened. So it got even more traction. The people that were acting like they probably weren't interested in it became interested in it and bought it. But at the same time, man, You have to have more servers than that. You need more than 15 servers for the free ports, especially on launch day. They could have added more just for launch day purposes only.
Right.
They didn't. It must be something back on the back end, but 150 cap per, and then if it's all full and then you're sitting there waiting, that's just bullshit, man. Like that's unacceptable. That only gives you 2,400 people to play to be in the game at the starting island, which you can level to level 8 at, and practically stay there really as long as you want. You just can't do anything. You can't claim any territory. You can't PvP, but you can live there briefly. You could build a bed there.
Right.
You can build a raft there. So like people can be there the whole time. The thing is, people are moving in and out of there relatively quickly. I'm still stuck on this screen. I don't know if I should just close the game and try to rejoin it at this point. I have no idea.
God damn, the Atlas Discord is just a black
This
hole,
is
man.
fucking absurd. I'm asking Cam what Streamer House is doing. Apparently they had just gotten the game. Well, that took them 2 hours to bring up the server, so if they go down again for this, I don't know what. I'm gonna alt that 4 out of the game a minute.
You gonna close the game?
Yeah, I'm gonna close the game and go back in. And I'm just gonna join that server off of the main menu because you can do where you continue the Atlas or whatever.
That's what I did.
whatever.
That's how I got to
I'm
this.
gonna do that this time. Well, I'm gonna do it again and see what happens. Okay, rejoin Atlas. Let's see.
Hi,
See what
thanks
it
for
does.
buying our game Atlas. Please enjoy our 24/7 main menu experience for
Oh,
buying
it's
our
William
game.
Primal. Yeah, I know.
Thank you for flying with Atlas Airlines. Today we're going to stay at the tarmac indefinitely. Sit back and enjoy your sitting at
The
the
right,
tarmac.
they won. They won. The right.
They got a lot of day ones out of us, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know they're on day 3 of day 1.
No, it was
3
day
days
one,
of day
launch
one.
Day one, where you'd have all these people trying to get host timeout. Host timeout. Let me try joining off of the menu.
Don't worry, they're like clearing like all these. They're like, have to get so many more servers for this shit.
Join it 71 to 150. Let's see if it
They're
goes.
like-
in. There's,
they're-
see,
they're
there's
like
71
trying to
people
get-
in the server right now.
Or is that 71 people loading into the server right now?
That's
I don't
71
know.
people in the main menu.
Yeah, more or less.
Oh, lost connection pending timeout.
There's no news
Go to
about it or
Northeast
anything.
Temperate, Northeast L5. Let's just try and see if that loads.
Northeast Temperate.
Yeah. Let's just try it. That's 126 to 150.
God damn, I don't. This is one of the worst launches that I've seen in a while.
Oh, I've seen worse than this.
It says
Lost
joining
timed out pending
server
connection.
Northeast Temperate Freeport version 3.0.
It didn't work for me.
What's the worst one for you? Oh,
I don't even know. I've been through a lot of them. This is not the worst though. Ark was worse actually. I was there for Ark's launch and it was worse than this.
oh yeah.
First
I
of
was
all,
never
Ark
there.
had this issue plus on this problem with people having issues with their servers constantly crashing plus horrible frames on top
Yeah.
of it. It was like unplayable in the beginning. So there's that.
I'm getting the host connection pending timeout.
Yeah, servers timing out. I'm trying to keep a track of what's going on here with the server. This is a fucking disaster. I had everything up here. Oh god damn it, don't start on the Play Atlas thing, bro.
I was making a joke.
I know. Is there a way to make it so like every time anybody posts this shit, like we don't have to like our family can't see what we're talking about in there?
I have no idea. Katie doesn't see when I post to the private group, so I don't know.
That's not true. Well, yeah, the private group, but she sees Play Atlas. Connection timeout again. Connection timeout.
I don't think you can if it's not like private like ours is, because I wouldn't want my family saying the shit we posted there.
No shit, my family would be like, "You're a sick fuck" if they could see what I posted.
I know.
They'd be like, "There's something wrong with you."
Hell, sometimes I'm worried that my mom hurt me
Pathfinders,
when
we
I'm
just
being
pushed the
stupid in
potential
here.
fix for the server connections we're seeing. Please restart your clients to download latest version 3.
Doc,
And we can.
What?
it's been 4 hours. Stop already.
4 hours
I
later.
feel, I feel bad for you right now.
I'm ready to shave.
Bro.
Yeah. I like shaved. I went on a marathon. I cooked for the homeless. I came back. You're still on the fucking join lobbies simulator 2018. Very sad. Why is this so sad?
I'm just gonna take a nap, wake up, make breakfast, and then come back here.
Very sad. So sad.
Oh, it's day 1. Shut the fuck up.
Very sad. From 1 to 10 fingers sad.
Bro, I
It's
swear to
7.5.
God, you fucking cream your pants from wanting to hate on the issue for any fucking game that you don't like. It's like facts, bro. Any game you don't like, you're ready to shit the fucking bed on. Like you want to rub it in faces.
No, not really.
Yes, really. It is the fucking
Not
truth.
really.
Yes, it's the
It's
truth.
just that all of them. I have an instinct of spotting shitty games.
It's not a shitty game. It's a fucking
not now.
server
Not
issue.
yet.
That's not
Not
doesn't
yet.
mean the game is shit.
Not
It
yet.
means the servers are shit.
Yeah, it's not yet shit.
No,
what I said.
it's not shit at all. Because I watched fucking streams for 5 hours today, and it was a great fucking game.
Okay. I want you to like prove me wrong.
I can't prove you wrong. You were fucking
know.
the most
You can't get in the
impossible,
game yet.
immovable force in the fucking universe. You were like a fucking black hole of toxicity when it comes to games. It's fucking absurd, Axel. It's absurd.
Jeez.
It is
Doc's trying to
absurd.
mute his microphone because his daughter's sitting right there, and he's like, "These words are not appropriate for you."
It's true though, dude.
Yeah,
There's only
get
2
that
genres of
13.
games you like. RTS and FPS, and sometimes MOBA. I can't convince you on anything else. I could give you the most ungodly, greatest freaking MMORPG in the world, bro, and throw it under your plate in a silver platter and say, "Here you go, enjoy it, free to play the rest of your life." You wouldn't even touch it because
Well,
it's a
if
fucking MMORPG.
Yeah, if it's an MMO, I wouldn't touch it.
Man,
because
guys
I
are
don't have
being
time.
cold
I
right
don't
How
have-
much does it sell you on an MMO for that's based on pirates when you don't like piratey games?
No, it's not because I don't like it. It's because just I don't have enough time to play it. That would be basically
It's a
it. But
casual
this
game.
Yeah,
You're not
this
paying
game
a
wouldn't be-
monthly fee.
Yeah, this game wouldn't be like super hardcore or anything. I don't care.
No. It's a fun, casual game, dude. You don't have to play this hardcore. You can play whenever the fuck you want. And it's
Yeah.
$25.
I have no I have
Tell you
no
what.
problems with the game.
Give the game give
because
the
I don't
game
know it.
a month or 2 to get its stability issues right, to get its bugs worked out in the early access phase, and then let me sell you on it. How about that?
Sure.
Because I'm telling you right now, dude, this game is gonna be good once the kinks are worked out. Damon knows this shit, bro. He fucking works in software development, for Christ's sake. He worked on Breaking Point. It took him fucking 3 months to get the fucking goddamn UI and the cloud situation correct in the fucking game, for Christ's sake.
Arma is very broken. Just want to put that out there.
Regardless.
This is the game.
Regardless.
That's just a
my,
mod.
my point is that it's difficult to make games.
I think.
No
It
shit.
is difficult to make games.
I think these server things aren't refreshing.
No, they're not. I think they went down again. They probably from
There's
too
just
many
so
people trying
many
to come
goddamn
in.
people. Like
It's
this
so many
game is
people
so
trying to
hyped.
join.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
all at once. That's why it's having all these issues.
Because there's still people in the game. It's just nobody else can join. They're having issues with like authentication of new people. It's people that were already in the game are still able to be there. And then they go down because they pull them down.
Yeah,
But this is not a game issue. This is a server issue.
Mhm. Yeah, it's just a clusterfuck right now. It always is on launch days.
So we should see, like, if we go to bed and wake up tomorrow, what version will the Atlas client be? It's 3.
Nice.
It's 3 now. It'll be like 5.2.
7.
5.5. I mean, I get it, dude. This shit's a meme. It's funny. Like, it's not like I work for the company. It's just that, dude, like these things when
It
you
happens.
buy early access
It
games,
happens.
you need to expect this. Like, this has to be expected that this is gonna happen.
I
You
think
can't
what
be
they
like,
did
hey,
is
I'm gonna
they,
buy an early access game. It's gonna be perfect.
they built more hype than they were ready to handle, which is not a bad thing, I suppose. You know.
That's what all companies do all
But
the
the
time.
thing
That's
is-
what their downfall is.
No, this is the problem. And I said this yesterday to somebody. The reason why this game got so much hype, and not because of them, because they did like no marketing for this game except for the Game Awards, it's because PC gaming right now is in such a bad place that PC gamers need a game like this. Like, they wanted a game like this, an open world MMO, like, pirate game. They wanted something that wasn't a fucking battle royale, is what they wanted. And that's why I got so much hype. If this was like 6 years ago, this game probably wouldn't even get a second like look at. Like, maybe, I mean, it might, but it might not, right? Because maybe it would have been interesting to some, but then there was a lot of popularity with other games then.
I don't know. I feel like Ark was legitimately a piece of shit. Sea of Thieves, I don't think ever got any traction. I didn't think it was a piece of shit.
Sea of Thieves is actually
I think it was like
a good game.
I think it was like cool
made by
for like
Microsoft.
Yeah, but I think it
Microsoft
was like
was
cool
like-
for like 5 hours, and then it got super boring. Like
It
It's
repetitive.
still fun, it's just
did,
repetitive.
But Microsoft has vastly more
And I
resources
feel like
and
this
money
game is
than
gonna
this
be
company.
legitimately a bad combination of both.
I like Dark. It's just,
I don't know,
yeah.
maybe.
Well,
Ark
from
was
what
a
I've
great
seen
game.
thus
It just-
far, like, yeah, Ark is a good game now. When it came out, it was shit. It's good now. What I
Yeah, I
saw
love it now.
earlier from streams, from multiple streams, this game has a lot of potential to be really good.
Ark is a
late
good game in the same aspect that Daisy is a good game. It took them way too
Not
fucking
at
long.
all. No.
Way
no,
too
no,
fucking
no,
long.
No.
Like,
no.
User bases ran away, everybody died, people buried their parents, and then the
I
game
still
became
think
good.
Daisy's ass, in my opinion. I mean, I've played it, but no. I'd rather play
1.0
Miscreated.
Daisy is terrible compared to Miscreated 1.0.
Yeah.
1.0 Miscreated is much more fun than Daisy.
Yeah, I don't really enjoy Daisy.
We had a lot of fun playing that
We did.
the other day.
I still want. I mean, I would like to play. Well, problem is Atlas is out now, but I would still like to play Miscreate consistently. It's a fucking
I'll
great
still
game
play
to me.
Miscreated from time to time. It's just that, you know.
Yeah. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't compare Ark to Daisy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, we both have different opinions, which is fine. I'm saying, like, for me, no.
No, I can't compare Ark to Daisy either.
Daisy's
like,
a
different
fucking
genres.
pile of ass.
There's survival game. This is a survival game, but this is different. It's a survival game with it's MMO survival. It's like I don't know how to even classify this really. It's a survival game, but it's a different kind of survival game. It's more like action survival with MMO, like not. I don't know. It's not like I don't know how to describe it because it's not like you're just running around all day collecting loot, and that's it. Like there's goals to achieve. Like building stuff. I mean, some of the because a lot of survival games don't have base building and stuff.
Fortunately,
But like
I
I
wa-
don't know, man. Like
I still
I'm
like
just trying to think, like-
Infestation only for the global inventory. That's the only thing I liked it for. Everything else was shit.
But
I'll let
actually,
you
you
get
are
into
like the hardest sell with any game, bro. Like any game. It don't matter what it is. You are the
No, I'm
hardest
not.
sell to
Nope.
buy a game.
Who's harder?
First of all, you are big boy. I hate to break it to you, but you're
yeah.
like
Who's
You're-
harder? Every other Russian.
Big boy, you're like the 40-year-old mom with like the bowl cut hair in the back. That's like,
I want to speak to your manager.
I don't know who's
Oh.
worse.
But I'm
It-
still
I-
right, so it doesn't matter.
But no, that's not true because not always. Because I remember when I bought PUBG before any of you guys did, and I was like, "You guys need to get PUBG." Like, no, it's a piece of shit. And then you bought it, and then you fucking loved it for a while. I remember.
I
Yeah,
didn't. I didn't
I had
love
PUBG before
I
any
played.
of you guys did.
Do you know what its like custom name on my Steam was before I reinstalled it for the second time? PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds custom names was Doc Time. Whenever
know,
Doc wanted to play, I
get
literally
it,
hopped on there. Other than that, you
you
could
wanna
ask
play some
Glenn or
PUBG?
Soviet or anybody else. Yeah, if I played a minute without Doc.
I'm trying to think of another game that we played that we all had played that was good, but you didn't give a chance. I'm trying. There was a few titles because you
I
and
don't know,
Glenn are
everything
the
I
hardest
called
sells.
out, everything I called out on like even the last 6 months that is going to be shit has been shit. So I don't know.
Well,
DFCs
it's been
I
rough.
called out shit.
It's been
it was
rough lately
shit.
for gaming.
Scum I thought was shit. It's still shit.
It's
Daisy I
improving.
called out like 5 years ago it was shit. It's shit.
I agree with Daisy. Daisy's shit, and I said it was shit since back then too.
You guys tried the Forest. I thought it was going to be shit. It's shit. Miscreated
Forest-
shit.
No,
shit.
the Force
No.
is a
All
fucking
of
good
them
game,
are the same
bro.
thing. All of them are
No.
literally. I'm not just trying
No,
to.
they're not.
I'm not trying to say this because I'm like it's literally regurgitated versions of the same thing.
Not at all.
You talking about? Wait, you talking about the one
Survival
that I bought?
genre, survival genre, and zombies mashed up is literally the most regurgitated
The Force
game
isn't zombies.
kind
though.
ever.
You can
It's
say that
just
about
cannibals.
FPS games. Everything's Call of Duty because it's FPS. Like fucking.
The
I mean,
but the
What?
Force isn't
But
zombies.
FPS
though.
is not aiming to get at anything else. Like, it's not trying to immerse you in story, except for like Battlefield and Call of Duty franchises. The rest is literally here's a gun, shoot people.
well, to be fair, the state of gaming in recent years hasn't been great anyway. But like, here's a perfect example. Like, you would never touch this game, Pathfinder Kingmaker. Great fucking game.
I
The
don't know. I don't even know what the hell it is.
Because well, I'm talking about these are like based on tabletop RPG. Like it's based on like Dungeons and Dragons. It's a fucking
not a-
wonderful game.
Not a fan of the style of the game, so that's why I wouldn't touch it probably.
Right. There's only certain and like you wouldn't see the thing is with you, you're a tough sell, but you have a little bit more openness to playing certain genres than Glenn. Glenn won't play anything else but FPS, pretty much. He won't touch RTS. He won't
No, he will
unless
play
it's
Civ. He will
Civ.
play Age of
Yeah, but that's
Empires.
about it. Civ.
That's the exception. The exceptions, I think, Civ and Fallout. Other
yeah,
than that,
Civ,
it's usually
Fallout,
Tarkov,
and then
Squad.
yeah, exactly.
Rising Storm.
FPS. He even asked me the other day if I had Rising Storm. We were playing Squad, and he goes, "Do you have Rising Storm?" And I said, "No, I
He
never
wants
picked
more
it up."
people to play with in that game.
Glenn
so-
only wants to play something that everybody else plays on the game. Like everybody else plays at the same time. If like 3 or 4 people of the group is not playing it, Glenn won't play it.
You see, I'm not like
Except
that. I could
for
care
Rising
less.
Storm.
Like,
shitties. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I enjoy playing with you guys, but there's also games that I just like to play,
He
like
plays
single player
Squad on
games.
his own, too, I think.
Actually, another good example for I'm able to load in.
Yeah, we play
I'm
Squad.
loading back in.
What? Which
I'm loading in.
yeah. M9 again?
It's loading back in for me right now. I'll let you know what happens. Yeah, M9. I'll see what happens.
Trying to join it.
It's loading primal game data now.
Really?
something
Are
must
you
have
on the
happened.
map or no?
I'll let you know in a second.
I'm still getting timeout.
Nah, fucking timed out again.
Doc got so excited for half a second there.
Sorry, I thought it was gonna work this
Doc
time,
was
and
like,
then.
very pretty woman was getting undressed, and then she had a penis.
Well, there's 63 people in the server, though. You see?
I
I'm
don't
looking
believe
at
it.
the server.
Refresh it. It doesn't ever change.
Yeah, but those people might have not crashed out of the game. Those people might be in there.
Like, I'm waiting for you to see my level in Red Dead. You're gonna be like, you have no life. I'm waiting for that.
I've been watching a
Oh,
lot of
God,
videos
yeah.
on Red Dead. I can't wait to get that game.
I'd
Red
play
Dead-
that game
I'm
if it was
level
on PC.
51 already.
That's what I was just gonna say. Like, dude, Witcher 3. Like, I remember when you said Witcher 3 is shit, bro. That's one of the best games of all time.
Witcher
bro.
3 is a good. I need to play through that.
It's a fucking
I never
amazing.
said Witcher 3
You know
is
what's
shit.
a game that-
I finished all the Witchers.
You know, it's a game that went under the radar. That was one of the greatest games. Won awards. Was Kingdom Come Deliverance.
That's a great game,
That game
bro.
was beautifully made.
Loved
It was
it.
gorgeous. It had a couple little things here and there, but it just went right under the radar.
The DLC for it sucked, though. I didn't like the new DLC.
Oh, I see. I haven't checked into that.
It wasn't that good. I wouldn't buy it. Yeah,
Oh, I
but
hate
they're
having
supposed to
ask for
finish the
people on
story.
horse.
Because remember, it didn't really truly end at the end.
I know. I didn't get that far, so shush.
Oh.
I tried to do all the side content first, which there was.
Oh, you haven't
So
finished
much.
it yet?
No, dude, I played the shit out of it all the way up to the point where you're supposed to attack that castle, and then I just got so busy all the side quests, and then I fucking got
The game is
sidetracked. on the shit.
challenging, man.
It
The
is.
combat in that game is tough.
I'm starting it over. I love the combat because it's like what For Honor should
have been.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what about like Siege and stuff, man? Like what's
Siege
your
was shit in the beginning.
Yeah, I think Siege is shit too. Like I can never like. I made the mistake of buying
It's
all the
better
operators
now.
and stuff.
I did too. I spent so much
Siege is,
money on it.
Siege is weird. It's like at the beginning
I'll-
I actually liked it. Now I don't like it.
I like it.
It's just turned into a mobile CS:GO. It's like
Yeah.
skins. Oh my god.
Pretty much. I mean, Counter Strike is kind of going down the tubes though too, man. I mean,
Counter Strike
this-
has gone down the hill as much as it can. It's literally like on the bottom right now. So it's
Yeah,
never gonna go worse
it
than this.
already went
But it's
off
still
the cliff, I
popular.
will admit that.
Of course it's popular, but
So
I
my
mean,
favorite
it
thing
doesn't
is
matter.
Soviet. He uninstalls Counter Strike.
Counter Strike's the worst game.
And then 3 minutes later,
Fuck Steam, they can fucking break it. It's all about China.
it
Like,
doesn't
what
matter.
the fuck?
It doesn't matter what kind of game comes out. CS:GO and Dota will always be on the top played list on Steam.
CS:GO is like an abusive girlfriend. I just can't leave because of some dumb excuse. She still got my fucking key lanyard, dude. I can't leave until I get my lanyard back.
It's still Tarkov for me. for that
Tarkov
slot.
is also an abusive girlfriend.
I'm so behind now though.
Oh, I'm so behind. I was so excited to get into it, and I was like, told Katie, I was like, I'm gonna play a lot of Tarkov, and then I didn't.
I haven't played in like over a month. We tried with Doc and Glenn one raid, I think, a week ago, and we played it, and then we literally got decimated within 20 seconds.
Red Dead has fucking taken my life, dude. Seriously.
That looks like so much fun.
Like, it's taken my life. I have so many hours on this game. I think
Do they have
it's
any
unhealthy.
plans on building that thing for PC?
I think they
I'm
do.
not sure.
I want to play Red Dead bad.
I'm never gonna own a console.
I have 11 days and 9
So-
hours on this game.
Wow.
11 days and 9 hours. I'm not kidding. Like, this game has, like, legit taken over my life.
Yeah, you have problems.
Just did you do the time traveler quest?
In Red Dead?
Yeah.
I don't think is that a side quest? No, I don't think
It's
I
a
did
side
that
quest where you have to find like the different rocks.
yet. Yeah,
like
no,
5
I
or
haven't done that yet. I need to go through I've played through a lot of side missions, but I haven't played through all of them yet.
Hey, Doc.
What?
Hold on a second.
Don't tell
Never
me to
mind.
restart Steam.
No, never mind.
A lot of my hours have been online, though.
Well, speaking of broken shit, I'm gonna work on my own broken game.
Have you still been working on that top-down?
Yeah, I have. I picked it up the other day.
Oh shit, you're making a
User
game.
left your channel.
Yeah, he's been working on that. Who left?
Oh, I
Yeah,
think
Big Boy.
Alpha.
Oh.
It's hard, man. From the ground up, it's hard as shit.
Oh yeah. No, I even though I didn't really get into like crazy stuff, I did game design in my last high school senior year, and I got an insight of how fucking hard it is. Make a game, it's ridiculous.
Why do they call us Pathfinders in the game? I mean, I guess that makes sense. But this is what they need to do at this point. So it goes time for 4.0. What they really need to do is they need to open more servers. It's clearly obvious that there's too many people trying to get in, you know?
Yeah. The server number of players is changing now.
It is, I know.
But it's
because they're probably dropping out of the
it's
game.
going down.
Yeah, they're probably getting booted out as they're in there. I have a feeling there's some, like, Damon would know more of this, but based upon what I'm thinking, what you think you think the servers are going down from just the stress of
No,
having
I
so many.
think I don't know if they're going down. If I had like a guess from like a professional standpoint, is that they're just being bogged. You know what I mean? Like if you, it'd be like if a manual transmission in a car, right? If you don't fucking put the clutch in as you're hitting the brakes, the engine's like, rah, 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 rah. That's probably what's happening.
Yeah.
So it's not so much it's crashing.
They probably don't have enough. Like,
No, nobody can
servers
prepare
big
for
way.
that kind of load.
No,
I
it's
mean,
because-
they can, but they're not Microsoft. Microsoft's
no,
like,
they're not
we-
gonna. They're not gonna invest in renting like fucking 7,000 servers just because 10,000 people are gonna play the first day or the first week, and then it's gonna drop to 1,000 people for the rest. So it's like nobody would actually buy that many or rent that many servers. They have specific amount of room. Whoever can get in can play within that room, and once it's hyped on the first day or first week or whatever, everybody tries to get in the servers overload, and then it's like poof.
Not my fucking horse, you piece of shit. Sorry. I'll fucking kill you. Your fucking friend.
Mike, you seeing anything on Twitter?
No, I'm just yelling at them on Twitter.
You're yelling at the
Yeah,
devs?
I'm telling them. I'll say it again. We need more free ports. Clearly, the servers can't handle this load. Please, guys, add more servers.
My fucking god, you guys have tiny penises.
Go into the closet.
Not you guys, these fucking guys. I feel like dealing with people. Why'd they put me in a fucking...
Oh my god.
I'm not dealing with these fucking people right now. Okay, fine. You really want to fucking do this?
I I said, I'll say it again. We need more free ports. Clearly, the servers can't handle this load. Please, guys, add more servers. Let alone can't even start with friends because they fill up in about 10 seconds.
And when they're building these games, right? When they're building the cluster mechanism for these things, like they're building it and they're testing it on these low loads of a couple hundred people. But really, when you're building scalable software, you never understand how well your scalability works until it has to fucking scale. And then all of a sudden you're like, well, everything's a dumpster fire. It's a good try, guys.
I was thinking that yesterday because when you guys were saying like they're testing the loads with streamers, I'm like, how many streamers do they actually have to simulate like an actual like real launch? There's no way they have that many, so that's why I don't think they predicted that. Or they could have, but it was just, it's not really, I don't really think it was a good test.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of like, it's
No,
unfortunately.
streamer tests are never a good test for load.
Yeah, it's just you can't get enough streamers on it.
What they should have done was this: they should have staggered this launch and done incremental load tests with streamers and random people, so they could have seen what the servers can handle and where their breaking point was. This way they knew what to gauge for. Plus, plus they should have given the people the ability to pre-order. This way, people that pre-ordered, they could have had an understanding of how many people to expect.
Right.
As well.
They could have let us in for pre-orders in early. Could have scaled it that way.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna go play some, I don't know, I think Tarkov with Gilly. I'll see you guys in a bit.
Alright,
Okay,
bro.
bye-bye, have fun dying.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, come again.
This would have been a good night to do the web show.
I know.
Would have been a good just talking session too. Oh man, but it is true what I was telling him, man. I mean, like shit. I mean, fuck.
I disagree with the Force and Miscreated being compared though. They're not anywhere similar.
No, they're not.
Completely. That was.
I don't even know about the Force, but I've seen pictures. I've never played.
The Force is like.
Oh, the Force. Oh, the Force.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know the Force. I thought you said the Force. The Force.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
There's a game called the Force.
Yeah, my bad. The Force is like a game. It's like pretty much like Lost. And
no, I know. I have
like
it. I love it. I've played the shit out of it.
So it's like, well,
I never
it's like
even
Lost.
beat it.
That's not shit. But
yeah, I never beat it because it's so difficult. But it's such a good game.
It's very unique. No one's like done something like that. So you can't really.
Well, I picked up Green Hell, which is very similar to the Force, but Green Hell is worse. It's not anything like it. It's pretty bad actually. It's kind of cool, but it's kind of not at the same time. That makes any sense. I played it on stream a couple of times. I ended up kind of not, but
yeah,
the Force is cool because it's like, yeah, it's like you said, it's like Lost. You know, you land on this island and then you got all these clues of like what the hell's going on with your kid, and you're going around and trying to figure out, okay, all of a sudden now there's cannibals showing up, then there's these weird monsters, and you go down into the cave systems and it's scary, and there's all kinds of scary cannibals down there and mutants and all kinds of weird shit.
Miscreate may have mutants, but again, that's like comparing like, you know, all like shooters.
Left 4 Dead mutants. Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead mutants.
You know, that's the one thing I meant to mention to Axel was we used to play the shit out of Left 4 Dead.
Oh, I love that game.
So
I still do.
You can't hate on the zombie genre that much because we went through DayZ, we went through
Left 4 Dead. He hates on everything. I mean, no offense, Axel, if he's watching stream, but
he knows he hates on everything. I just told him that a minute ago. He knows that.
If you're hating on the Force, if you're hating on Miscreated, like just for no, he's not even giving a reason why he's hating on it. He's just saying it's the same. No, it's not. They're not.
Now, granted, I didn't like Miscreated as much during the alpha.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
It was not as good in the alpha as it is now. That same thing with the Force. The Force was very bland.
Oh, hang on, stand by. Hold on, though, 1 second. Hold on. We're working on more fixes that come through the pipeline, including some additional capacity changes around the Freeport servers, which should significantly increase the number of folks who could join around those shards. We'll keep you posted. So thank God they're fucking listening to me.
So wait a minute though, does that mean they're gonna have to patch this?
Plan is for it to all come in tonight. ETA, no ETA.
They shouldn't give an ETA until they really know, like, not bullshit.
They didn't do too well on their ETAs in the past.
I have to be honest though, like I've written a lot of commercial grade software, but I've never written something where I expect 40,000 people to connect to. right? I've built
1 minute.
websites and that kind of infrastructure, but I've never like had that kind of flood. So I couldn't even tell what to predict. When I was working in that Star Wars MMO, we would put up the server, but we would warn people like, hey, we're going to do profiling, which is kind of where you monitor the software to see heat maps of where heavy loading is. So like, if you log in, all of a sudden, okay, pulling character data is really putting weight on the server, then we can go back and look at that code. That's profiling.
Yeah.
But you warn people you're doing that, right? We're going to be profiling the software. You know, we're looking for errors, etc., etc. But you can't really say that in these big games because people are like, what the fuck is profiling? You know, what am I looking at? What does that even mean? And then they still get mad. So it's best to just shut up.
Yeah, I understand. That's why I was saying, like, I told Mike on his stream yesterday, I was like, they need to stop giving release dates because they're not.
I know.
They're not,
People
like,
need to do that in general.
They need to stop giving release dates because they're not able to, like, fulfill them, and you're pissing people off. So that's one thing Tarkov learned the hard way when giving release dates is they were not able to fulfill them at first. So they just stopped giving release dates. That's really what they need to do because they get people hyped up, and then when it doesn't work, then people are disappointed. You know, give them a release date, but then no one really cares. So it was a whole miscommunication at the start of it. And it was also like it was just that like they need to stop.
Release dates happen everywhere though. Even though like we have multi-million-dollar clients like IBM, the Russian government is one of our clients, and we're always like, wait a minute, it's gonna take a week for us to get this patch out. I had an insurance company in Madrid that I was working with making a patch, and I push our release date back twice. One time for a week, and the next time for 2 days. And it's not was intentional. It's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
I just asked him. I said, any idea of how many additional players we can expect to be able to be on the shards? We're looking at about 30k people or more waiting to get in game, with only 2,400 people able to be in the current shard arrangements for free ports. Because that's accurate, right? Is that 150 times 15, right? That's 2,400 people. Yeah. So.
They needed more free ports.
They did.
Like a way to mitigate it. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. That's a tough call. They want to pay me to be an architect. I'll gladly apply. I actually legitimately sent a resume to Tarkov, and I never heard back from them.
I guess it is time to level up, huh?
Yeah, fuck Tarkov. I wouldn't.
We need to find the epic battle. Like, can we correct something like?
You want to work for a Russian company?
I wanted to help. Fucking it was trash. Their shit's trash like every other game.
Collectible spear?
They probably work for Putin, though.
Cloth? Sure.
I would not be surprised if they have all kinds of data on us and they send that shit to the fuck.
Okay, and let's farm more wood.
Scares me actually. Damn you.
Yeah, let's. Oh,
that was a topic we wanted. That's why I said we should have just done the web show tonight.
Okay.
We could. I should have had myself properly. I'm not even like properly dressed or nothing. My hair's not even done.
It don't fucking matter.
Like I ain't.
Where's Zenobi?
Playing Overwatch as usual.
Fucking trash.
Here's one
I'm already Tracer.
Listen to this right here. Brief history of the game. 1. Game gets announced and the countdown starts. It leads to a December 13th release. 2 days before release, the game gets pushed back to 19 to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. A trailer is promised before launch. 3. 30 minutes after the supposed release, countdown being over and over 200k people waiting on Twitch, we get a trailer and the game gets pushed back to the 21st. 4. The devs say streamers will have access in the night between the 20th and the 21st. 5. Game gets pushed back to the 22nd at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard. 6. Streamers receive keys and can start playing at 5 a.m. Another delay of 7 hours. 7. The game gets released on Steam at 12:30 p.m. So 30 minutes late, whatever. 8. Most people can't seem to buy the game, and once they do, there is no servers at all. 9. It's now 4 p.m. and nobody can play because all the servers are down. When you have a company that doesn't give a shit about its customers, remove negative reactions, muted channels, and banned over 1,000 people off their official Discord, there's no way I can recommend this game to anyone. Wow, that's pretty powerful shit. But I don't. Oh, here we go. Pathfinders, we're still iterating on connection issues, and we'll be working on some map changes to allow a larger capacity in and around free ports. We'll have these deployed as soon as possible. Thank you for your patience, guys. The support has been phenomenal. Yeah.
God damn it, you made me paranoid about Tarkov now.
I will give it another 30 minutes or so. 45 at max.
Never should play Miscreated, right?
I can't even stay up that late. I'm only giving it that long because wait, Ash, what's this?
Divorce
Under my
papers.
chair?
Oh my god. That's so weird.
Hold on, I think my fucking chair's falling apart here. Here's a piece
Mike,
of
you
my...
getting fat, huh?
Yeah, I think
Eating too many
so.
fucking salamis and mozzarella, big boy.
I think a piece of my chair fell out. Trying to find out where it is.
15 seconds later.
I could never imagine him fat. I'm sorry.
No, I'm getting chunky, bro. The stomach.
Happen. It's complacent.
I can't imagine you.
Too
being
much
fat,
good
I'm
eating,
sorry.
man.
No kidding, dude. Like Katie's family, they cook so much food all the time and stuff. I'm like, you guys don't realize I'll eat everything in front. I'm like a calico cat.
I know.
I don't know when to stop.
Yesterday, when I bought
That's my
pizza for
problem.
everybody, I ate a whole box to myself.
I could
Pizza?
do that. Yep.
Yeah. My cholesterol's high right now, man. Like, I need to go back and probably get it checked back out because I think it was. Ash, what was my cholesterol? When we were
3,000.
last
His
time?
wife knows.
Yeah, she knows. What was it?
She's the
again?
repository of important information in the family.
It was, you know, my cholesterol was like 275 or something like that. It was like
What's
ridiculously
that
high.
mean, Doc? What's that mean, Doc? What's
My
275?
bad
High.
cholesterol was like 275,
That's bad. Especially.
and my triglycerides were really high too. I have the report somewhere, but both my what are the LDLs
Oh, I need to
and
take
the
my vitamins.
HDLs, right? HDL is it?
HDL
Believe
and
it
LDL.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them were elevated, and my triglycerides were high too.
Like
So-
when we
I
when
do-
do we start playing Daisy mods?
Daisy Mods we started playing back in I want to say 2009.
See how well you just bring that
Because-
right up?
Yeah,
See
wait,
that
what?
information comes right to the tip of your tongue
Oh yeah, sure.
versus
But
your lab
triglycerides,
tests.
Fuck that shit. I can
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. I see what
You see what I did there?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know. I just don't pay good attention to my body, I guess.
We're all like that.
Dude, even you do it. You're a doctor eating Nutter Butters all day.
Well, if Axel wouldn't
Listen.
send them, I won't eat them.
Listen. Doctor practices medicine on other people. Doesn't
Right.
mean himself.
Do as I say,
Yeah,
not as I
that's
do.
true. Hey, there was a time when doctors used to think smoking was healthy too.
Oh my god.
It's
Used to
like that
smoke with
scene
the
in.
patients, right?
It's like that scene in Mad Men. It's like the gynecologist got a cigarette. In his mouth. All right, go and spread them legs, okay? There you go. Now I'm gonna give you this birth control, but don't be a whore. You hear me?
Yeah.
It's just to stop babies.
I know.
Dude, my doctor freaked out at me when she was taking my blood because it clotted like I think she said like a minute.
No, the camera. I'm not streaming right now. You think I'd be streaming looking like this right now?
See, Katie's the same way. She's like,
You got a fucking camera? I swear to God.
No, she goes. Do you have the camera on right now? No, if the camera's on, it'd be blue right here.
If a camera, wait, oh,
We've been dealing with server issues. The server went up. It finally came up, and then we were creating a character, and it fucking crashed again.
we see Mike like in his
They
underwear.
can't fit enough players. There's too many players requesting to get in the game. So every time that everybody gets on, the fucking servers go down. It's ridiculous.
We're gonna see him in his fucking underwear. If he ever
No,
has
it's not that I'm in my
fucking-
underwear. It's that my hair is all over the place. I'm not really like. I don't really look like I should be on camera right now. I'm just kind of. I'm wearing like what I sleep in. Like I'm wearing like basically pajamas essentially. I don't wear pajamas. Like I wear either if it's freezing cold out, I'll wear sweatpants to bed, or I'll wear my like typically I wear like basketball shorts, right?
Yeah.
But like it's because I'm just rocking a white T-shirt and looking like a bum. Like I don't when I'm on stream I don't like to just look like a
stain
bum.
on it?
No.
No stain.
It's just that I always notoriously wear a white T-shirt or a wife beater at nighttime. So like I don't like go to bed wearing like T-shirt like actual T-shirts. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like white tees, like Hanes. You know, like underwear T-shirts. You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Yeah.
I always wear an undershirt. Do you guys always wear an undershirt?
Yes.
I have wife beaters every once in a while. You turn
But
like
like-
a white tank, like a white
Like a white
under.
shirt. Yeah, like a Hanes
Yeah.
shirt.
I
you
wear
know what mean?
Hanes every day. I'm like your fucking typical good old boy that wears jeans and a black T-shirt, and that's it.
Yeah. I know.
Wait,
It's,
Kringle Bear, you
You're getting
remember
that
the?
beard growing out too.
I
man.
know. I gotta shave it, dude. I gotta shave it.
Beard
Katie's usually-
is turning to Jeff levels.
I
Almost.
know. Well, I shaved it basically off one point, and then Katie's like,
It's too short.
and then I'm like, what the fuck? Where are you happy? Too
Yeah.
long. It's too short. She's
You
like,
gotta get guards.
I have guards, but the thing is like, the way you grow a beard out real thick is you cut it a lot. You
Right.
cut it consistently. You cut it, and it slowly grows out. That's why guys have these patchy fucking beards.
Yeah, I get patchy
And-
beard too.
And I
Oh,
know
no.
like
I'm
50-year-old
one of
men who
them.
like still have patchy beards. I'm like, come on, guys. But it's because they usually shave it down. You know, you don't rock a beard the whole time.
No, I
I
don't.
like
yeah.
my beard. I like my beard, but the thing is it makes me look older. People are
Yeah.
like, are you like in your mid 30s?
No, nigga, I'm 28.
Sorry, Doc. I'm sorry, Doc.
Sorry,
I'm
man.
Sorry.
Sorry.
E.Dot Gamer has been banned from Twitch.
Somebody asked how many Red Bulls. How many Red Bulls have they had?
Oh my
And he
god.
said 0. He said 0. It's actually true. This one dev, he's been basically up like all night because he's
So
been
bad for him.
tweeting since last night with that issue. I mean, if you look at Captain Jat's go to Jathith, Jathish, the one dev. He's like the lead dev for Atlas.
That's the worst, dude. Being a lead dev too, because you're usually the top dog, and like you are the Achilles heel, and I hate that feeling. Sometimes I've been in lead devs and stuff, and you're like just trying to get the guys around you to get their shit together, but they can't. They're like
Well,
demoralized, you know. You're like, motherfucker.
He is, yeah, he's live producer, lead community manager at Grapeshot Games. And the problem is that this dude also has to be the fucking PR guy for this game too, bro. Like they don't have any PR spokesperson. It's ridiculous.
They need one. They really do.
I just want to throw a match like, yo, let me jump in and help. Where's your code base? Let's figure this out.
Let me in.
This is absurd.
If name equals Mike.
Yeah, I can't believe this right now. This is just becoming the biggest meme of the century right now, of this year. I mean, you know, like I said, with the reviews, you got to take them with a grain of salt because people are writing reviews prematurely. Because I
pissed
don't
off
think
right
that
now.
people,
they're
it's just
pissed
like,
off. Yeah.
it's like, you know, when you're sitting in line at the post office and you go up and you do your stuff and there's a slight inconvenience that takes a little longer and the people behind you are like,
Yeah.
God forbid, they fucking have to wait a minute extra, you know?
I know.
It's like, bitch, if I was behind you and you fucking you'd be so salty if I sighed that loud.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. Yeah, I mean, it'll blow over once this is resolved. The problem is if they continue, like, let's say, then the servers come back up, and all of a sudden, then this particular build has all kinds of game-breaking bugs and stuff. Like,
Ooh.
let's just say, for example, you
Oh,
can't
sorry,
sell your
sorry.
ship.
Oh.
Fuck, bro. It's gonna be really bad. Something like
Mike,
that.
you got to get this working for us. Do something.
They gotta get it working. But from what like I said, that's what I was telling Axel. From what I saw earlier with the streams, that build was stable because I didn't see one bug the whole time. It ran good. Everybody was playing it. It was running it with good FPS. I didn't see anybody go. They were even chat was asking like, how is it feeling and stuff. People were saying it runs great, and it looked good. The content was interesting. It was cool. The ambient sounds, the sky was pretty, like the day-night cycle, all that stuff was, and the navigational when you're out on the ship and stuff, and using that sextant to be able to navigate the stars and
Right,
stuff, and
right.
the sun. That was neat.
It's like, here's the post. Think about it though. This is a pirate game. Everything about it is pirate theme. Why wouldn't they steal your money?
Yeah.
You guys clearly got at least 5 million today in sales. Can we invest some of that in server backend?
Yeah, I agree with that too. I wonder, you know, how much do you think they spend on just server cost alone? Do you think
David, how
because
much?
each shard's 150 right now, currently 150 per.
150, but it depends on what their resources are. You know, if it's a dedicated box, I'm assuming that each shard is probably a dedicated box. I don't know. They're probably spending. Oh, I don't know.
I mean, for 40,000 people.
They're probably. I'd say they're probably with like. I don't know. That's a tough one. If they have like, if they're like renting out a small section of like a data center, they're anywhere between $10,000 and $150,000 a year.
How would we
Maybe
do the
more.
math on this? Would it be 40,000 divided by 150?
It's
How
hard.
many-
It's just hard because I don't know what hardware they have. What hardware do they need? What type of maintenance are they managing the servers? Is the data center managing the server? Are these servers running 128 gigs of error correcting memory with, you know, trillion terabytes of SSD? Are they dedicated? You know what I mean? There's a lot of factors in it. I set up a tiny mainframe server for my company, and it's $600 a month, and it literally just for me to do debugging on. So it just, you know what I mean? It just depends. It just depends. It's hard to put a dime on that. But a lot, most likely a lot, probably.
You say $600 a month? That sounds scary.
$600, but you when you think about a company that makes multi-million dollars
never mind.
a month, $600 is like, man, drop in the bucket.
It's like
you
a
know?
Verizon
That's
bill.
like that's like
It's a
$2.
it really is. It's a $40 Verizon bill is what it ends up being.
Let's see something here. I'm gonna I'm gonna try something. So let's see.
Verizon bill. Sorry, I took a bit to kick in.
So in essence, if you do 45,000 divided by 150, that's 300. So they could have 300 server boxes for this game.
Again, it just depends. So how many? It's 40,000 people. What, 150 people a server?
Yeah, let's just say it's 300 servers at. Let's just say they get it at a premium for $1 a slot, so they're paying. You think they would get it at a premium for that little? Probably
No.
not.
What they're doing is they're probably getting. So I'd probably say they have 1,000 users a dedicated box, and that
Okay.
dedicated box is probably maxing hardware out. So you probably got 1,000 users a box, and you're splitting that up into virtual machines. So
Oh, okay.
cut whatever 150 is times 10, probably per dedicated box. Every dedicated box is probably $500 a month per box. But again, I can't tell it's hardware. You know, I have no fucking idea what hardware they need.
Right. Probably pretty good stuff, but
I'm
it doesn't seem
assuming
like
it's
like-
probably
yeah.
fairly good. You know, you're gonna need that kind of power. But again, sometimes it's not always about the amount of power you have. It's like the infrastructure, the hardware. It's the software
Be right
itself,
back, continue.
utilizing that hardware. You know, something that people always don't understand, but writing software that utilizes numerous cores efficiently is fucking really hard to do. Because when you have numerous things processing stuff at a time, they're not synchronized. So you have to write code that can't interrupt each other. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Like everybody has to be able to do their own math, but if this person needs math from somebody else, there has to be a thread-safe way to pass that math over without causing either one of them to halt. So it's really hard. It's hard shit. I mean, I if anybody's listening, you know, give them a break.
I am.
It's not easy. It's really not fucking easy to do. And if you're writing these severely complicated dedicated servers, you're already doing stuff that's vastly complex. You know what I mean? And it looks like they started from an ARC infrastructure, which means they probably had to do a very heavy refactoring. I mean, I don't know. That's tough. I couldn't imagine. Again, I've worked in private sector. I've never worked in game development, so I have no idea. But, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't imagine.
Well, he just answered. This is probably gonna be. I'm not even gonna bother. But the chick from Facebook actually asked Jedish in ETA, and he actually answered. He said, "I'll have one a bit later. It requires some technical work at the moment, so we need to see. It could be 2 hours, could be less. So going to wait
And
until
there's-
we got something more concrete."
And there's things too that make it complex too, because like, if they're having these exceptions, or they're having some sort of bottleneck or whatever that they're noticing during these heavy loads, it's hard to reproduce in a development environment. So you're
Yeah.
having to take these call stacks or whatever's happening here, and then you have to basically guess on a programmatic level how to fix it, and you know, or look at it and go, okay, this could be different or that could be different. But then maybe you get in there and you're like, wow, okay, the architectural design of this little piece, this module, has to be completely rewritten because the way we wrote it doesn't work at this scalable level. I don't know. That's tough. I don't know. That's tough shit. It makes me not want to write games. I don't know.
Well, this goes just beyond writing the games, though. This is going into like network infrastructure as well. So, right? I mean,
Yeah, it could be the way the clustering's done. It could be, the way the internal. I would say that's probably a rare. I'd say that's probably less of the reason. This is definitely a programmatic problem. I highly doubt that because because they're not like, it's not like they bought a whole bunch of servers and set up in a closet. They most likely have a deal with some sort of server farm or something, some sort of data center that has these dedicated boxes ready to go. And then they probably send them in there to verify it, or some sort of deal, make sure stuff's ready to go. They put all their software on it, they set all the clustering up, and then you shoot for the stars, aim for the moon. I doubt it's a hardware thing. I would put my thumb that it's a programmatic issue, that they wrote the scalability of this game out, and then you get hundreds of people trying to connect at once, and then all of a sudden it's like building a boat. You think it's water ready, you put it in the water, you're like, wow, holy fuck, there's 30 holes, and we're sinking.
Holy fucking shit! This guy is 144 in Red Dead Redemption.
130. He's probably just been playing only that. Let me just figure out. I'm gonna take a look. I'm still listening. I'm just gonna take a look and see what the hell this screw came from, and I'll be right back too. Anyway.
You're good.
He's literally 100 levels above me. Holy shit! That horse fucked me every time. Yeah, game development's a bit.
It is. It's honestly, I'm not to jerk my chicken, but I'm a fairly good software engineer. I've been doing it a long time, but I've never had to write these massive, servers. You're playing with two different types of network communication. You got TCP to do authentication with log, and then you're using UDP to basically just shout out what's happening, and hopefully the other person's, there's such a huge mix. And then you have to think about all the persistent data, right? So just because you're moving around the game doesn't mean that there's a part of the software that has to store all the shit in a database somewhere. How much health you have, what items are in your inventory, how much money you got, are you being attacked, where are you located in the game, because that data has to be pulled back. And it can't be stored in memory, because if you imagine storing thousands of people's information in memory, it'd be a massive usage. And RAM is fantastic because you can drop and go, but a lot of time that stuff has to be persisted as some sort of physical storage. So there's another bottleneck of media, because now you have to store it something. It's not just in the memory to be read and cleaned. It has to be stored and updated and processed. So there's so much to it. That's a complex working engine.
Not to mention too, you probably get all that pressure from your superiors.
Yeah, right. And you have
pressure.
deadlines. Even in the company now, we'll write code. And people are like, okay, well, stop making it better. You just have to get it done. And you're like, okay, that's fucking cringy to say, but it's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. They just want it to work.
Right, and they might not have the money, the infrastructure, the talent, no offense, and the ability that companies like Microsoft have, or Ubisoft has, or EA. Even though those companies make shit products from time to time, they probably don't have the assets they do. When Microsoft releases a game, they own the server farms. You know what I mean? It's like, it's different. They build a fucking operating system. They have some of the best engineers in the world. Mind you, some of their stuff blows, especially in the development world that we work in, but it's still really complex, I bag on their products all the time, but it's like, fuck, I couldn't make a finite state machine library that millions of companies use. I have no idea how that shit works.
They have a lot of really good resources at the disposal to use. Yeah, but they have a lot of good resources. They can do so many things.
I'm gonna get it over here.
No updates from the company?
No, I was talking to I was I'm fixing my chair. Hold on one second. I'll tell you in a second.
Oh boy. They switched their status to undergoing maintenance.
Emmanuel wants to join SEAL team. His name's Emmanuel.
Like Duran Duran?
Yeah, but a Mexican version. He didn't even. It says 0 requests now. How funny. Emmanuel. It's funny sometimes when we release patches and people update patches, we'll send a message out to like our pro services or like our tier 3 tech support, like,
how's the traffic over there, guys?
to see if like shit's burning down or not, you know what I mean? Oh, we haven't heard much. We're like, okay, shit's okay. All right, good. Take a breath, you know?
Yeah. You get like a lot of pressure like when you're releasing patches?
Oh, all the time. I had to patch. So we had a senior engineer who's been in the company a lot longer than I have. He literally had a heart attack and just croaked over and died, and like
Holy
just
shit.
was gone in the middle of the week. Yeah. And it's funny because he had a heart attack prior. They did all the stuff for him, and literally I talked to him a couple days later about it. He's like having a good chuckle, and then he's dead. It was like, it's one of those things where like it reminds you that we live in the world is real. You know what I mean? You could die at any moment. Anyways, he fucking died. He was working on this infrastructure, this implementation of allowing to do remote password changing on IBM iSeries mainframes. I know that probably made little sense, but our server, our software that we build, the security software, allows you to store accounts of all types. And one of them is IBM iSeries accounts. And what you can do is, as an administrator, is you can go, I need to change this person's password. It sends off information to the mainframe, forces the mainframe to reset that user account, right? It's just password management. It's glorified password management.
Yeah.
Well, he'd been working on this, and he had built an implementation for an older database, and then kind of did some funky shit to make it work for the newer one. Well, when he died, he didn't leave a lot of information with him. He left a couple things here and there. And so I had to pick up this project and patch it out. And I had 3 big companies, IBM, this company called Chantel, and then this bank in Madrid, this insurance bank in Madrid. And I had a lot of pressure on me because the Madrid company's like, we're going to stop working with you if you guys don't fix it. And they're a fairly large client of ours. So I have to pick up this man's code, which I love you, Larry, and I'm sorry, but it was not well written, and he just emulated it because it was the best approach that he could come up with in that short period of time. There's an example right there. He had a short period of time it comes integration, so he just had to come up with something shitty. And so I had to go in there and fix a lot of stuff and then add my own implementation to it. Then I released that, right? We go to deploy it to the client, and then the client's like, oh, but ours is this weird server, this version of it, and everything you built doesn't exactly work for our specific version. So I had to go back to the drawing board and granulize it.
That fucking sucks.
Right. So I go back and I'm like, okay, well, for example, they don't have the same menu that every IBM iSeries has. They have this custom menu infrastructure. So when you're doing this emulation, it's not like, okay, hit key 1, hit key 2, go into user accounts, change passwords. Completely different. It's all these weird menus and submenus. So I had to go in and program a whole nother level of emulation to allow for like program functions and all this weird stuff. And I did it in 2 days, right? But it was sloppy.
Jesus Christ.
It's not as good as it could be, but it worked.
You just didn't have time to make it better.
Right, and so like basically what you had to do is you had to like add, I had to add commands and all sorts of stuff, but I got it released back out, and then so far it's worked. So at least under pressure, the stuff I write somewhat holds water, but it's a great situation where you have to get something out so fast. You have to do it ugly. I don't know how to explain that any better. It's like somebody asks you to draw a painting in 2 hours, and you're like, okay, this is self-portrait. They gave you crayons and, you know, construction paper.
It just wouldn't come out good because
Yeah, you just gotta rush, and it sucks. It really does suck, but it's just how it is sometimes.
It sucks. Yeah. Damn,
but
dude.
it works for them, and I closed it down, and I got some high fives from upper management, and it made it worth it.
That fucking sucks though to die like that.
I know, I felt so bad. They actually gave everybody the day off because Larry was part of my team, and like literally I was just talking to him a couple days later, and he's dead.
How long after he had his heart attack did he die?
Maybe a month.
Wow.
Jeez.
He just, yeah, I like joked about it with him. He's like, yeah, I had a heart attack or whatever, and you know, and he was like really cheerful about it, and you know, he like rode his bike to like our, like, I don't know, the guy was crazy, and then just one day he's dead. I was like, holy shit, holy shit.
One of our docs.
I was like legit sad. It was sad for me because I just talked to him. That's what makes shit hard like that.
Yeah.
When you just had a conversation with somebody, you know.
And then the next day they're dead.
And they're fucking dead. Yeah, dude, croaked over, died. And he was a great engineer. He'd been at the company for 5+ years. He like helped them secure IBM and stuff, you know. And so the whole company was like, wow, our like our vice president of development cried on the meeting. So you know he had some meaning, you know, in general.
Right.
So
Yeah, they had something.
but it blew my mind to fucking just croak over. Holy shit, Larry.
That's what happens,
That's like
man.
what happened to my dad's work. He was talking to one of his he was the maintenance guy at this shop, and then like he talked to him about something, I forgot what it was, and then the next day he OD'd on heroin.
That's crazy. It's just crazy.
It's and
Dude, that's exactly what happened. I'm
It's
not gonna bring
crazy.
that up, but Jesus fucking Christ.
yeah. My dad more or less was just like, look, he chose that on himself. It sucks. Don't get me wrong, it sucks, but he did that to himself, so that's his fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, again, it sucks. Don't get me wrong. He's like, really, it's a shit way to go, but he's like, he chose
The problem
that,
with
so.
fucking heroin, it's like, imagine you're like craving like for, you know, something really good, right? But imagine that like 10 times worse. It's like how my brother described his heroin addiction.
Yeah.
It's
They
fucked
found
up.
him. They
It's
found him
so
in the
hard to get
bathroom.
off of it.
They found him in the bathroom, man, with like empty needles all over the floor.
Some people can't handle
Who was
depression,
this?
man.
One of my dad's quote unquote friends that he used to work with before we croaked over. His name was Josh, and that's it. I didn't know him that well.
Damn, this just got dark. Alright.
Well, I mean, mentioning work buddies, I'm like, oh, okay, I got one. I didn't say
it's
the,
fine,
like,
no, it's
oh, I
fine,
got a
it's
better
fine.
story. It's like something compared to that, you know.
It
It's like,
just brought
Can't
it just brought
stand
the
the
whole
people I'm
it
work
just
with.
brought the whole thing back to
yeah,
not
no,
your
I'm
fault.
sorry.
It's just like it's just crazy how like similar, because what happened to my brother, it was just crazy because I was like, we just got into like a fight like literally the same day, and it was like all fucked
Oh,
up.
you told me about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
remember that
I
shit?
felt so sad, dude.
It was
like
so
I wanted
fucked
to
up.
cry when you told me about it. No joke. I was like, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what happened. That's why I brought it up, because it's so goddamn similar. It's like I had a conversation before that whole
That
thing.
sucks, man. I totally forgot about that.
Those drugs, dude, drugs like that, those are hard, dude.
Very.
They're hard
It's
to
hard
get
stuff.
off of. It's
Well, yeah, because like if you have like severe depression or something, and you take something like that, and all of a sudden you feel great. You're euphoric, your pain's gone, you feel like you belong in the world. The thing is that it's not like you can take a little bit every time and feel that away. You have to take more and more and more.
yeah,
and
you
more
build
and
up
more
a
and more.
tolerance.
Right, and then before
What-
you know it,
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, you're good, man.
Why the
I
fuck
was
is
gonna
Cam
say.
mining Ethereum?
I was gonna say what happened was, okay, so he was taking a lot of heroin, and then my mom forced him. My mom got pissed off at him one day, and there's a whole problem, and he was basically, she forced him to go to rehab, and he was in rehab for I think a few months or something like that, and he was fine. Like he was completely fine. There was no issue. And then something happened, like because he was having a baby, and the mother basically went to New York and was pissed off at him and said that I'm not gonna, you're not gonna see your kid again, and that stressed him the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then he got back. He like went back in the heroin, and I guess what happened was his body wasn't used to the amount he was taking, and he OD'd. That's what happened there. That's why I was like, shit, it's awful. But yeah, that's why I was like the whole like that's what you brought up with depression. Though it's like it's
It'll literally stop
one
your
bad
breathing.
time. Yeah, like one bad time can end your life.
Can you imagine being so high on a drug that it takes away the urge to breathe? Isn't that how that works, Doc?
Yep.
Yeah.
The feeling that you get when you go underwater and you know you got to take a breath,
It goes
that
away.
feeling is like not present.
Yeah.
It's not that you're just feeling so good that you don't. It's just, sometimes they'll give that stuff to people in the operating room where they have to do a procedure and they want to kind of keep them awake, and they just hit them with a high dose of narcotic, and they just have to, like, they're awake, but they have to keep reminding them, like, just keep taking deep breaths, because you'll, like, slowly just slow down. Like, you'll breathe maybe, normal breathing is somewhere around 9 to 14 times a minute. They might start breathing like 5 times a minute or 6 times a minute.
Jesus. But yeah, that's what the similarity was with Dexter. Or
Yeah.
sorry, Medic.
Let's move on from this depressing state.
Yeah.
To Atlas, another depressing state.
Yeah. So legit, we're going nowhere.
No, I mean, we'll see what happens. It's just funny that I was seeing the comments like, I think Zay put like, yeah, she watched went to eat, watched a TV show, and came back, still the same thing. Opposition was the same way.
Yeah, I'm about to actually log because there's no way this is gonna be ready by like anytime soon.
Hell no, it seems it's going to a lot of problems.
And I got work. It'd be different if I didn't have to work tomorrow. I'd probably wait around at least to get something started, but I won't probably be
I'm
able to do anything.
Surprised you guys waited that long.
Well, because it seemed like everything was going to be coming up. It just was the initial wave that happens with a lot of those games where, servers end up getting bogged for a few and then it's fine.
Right.
This one just got worse.
But it seems like the common sense thing to do was like what I said to them, like, you guys need to add more fucking shards for the starting players. I mean, considering the fact that the game is new, they can adjust that later, but you're gonna have them, basically everybody coming in is people that need to be in the starting zone. So if you're only gonna be able to host 2,400 people, that's not gonna work when you have more people.
With the amount of hype that they got, they really needed to
They
they
should
need to go a
expected
little.
it.
They need to. I mean, I'm not saying go insane. Well, like it definitely shouldn't. What is it, 40,000? It should have been maybe double.
That's what I was gonna really mention too.
I would
I'm like,
think,
if
I don't
you've
know.
At the very
seen
least-
the hype that's
It
coming
was
up
hyped
for it, you
so
should at least
badly.
expect. You should at least expect to like what to make out of it. It's like,
Yeah, at the very least they should have prepared for like have the starting shards have like 15,000. They could have just briefly added multiple islands around those, because the way it looked on that thing, you saw those grids were spread out. They could have made like multiple grids in that area.
I think that's what you're going to see them doing.
probably.
I think you're going to see, because it's taking a while now for the servers to, when I refresh on the map, like all the servers don't pop in at the same time. They come in at different times. I think they might be adding or changing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if they bump each one up to like 300 or something like that, and maybe add a few more. I don't know. Who knows? But Are you actually gonna wait around and see what happens?
I don't know.
It's gonna be a little while.
I can't stay on that much longer.
Yeah.
I think I'm running on juice.
I love the like this term for like streaming Atlas to a podcast.
Well, that's what I was saying. We should have actually. If I had known this was gonna be the case, I would have probably gotten dressed and just done our web show. We could have done our web show while we were waiting.
I love the idea of a podcast.
Yeah, that's what we were gonna do. Do like
Oh,
web
yeah.
show / podcast and bring people in. But it'll be good. But I just was ready to play at that point. I can't believe I made it as far. I even had a pretty decent looking character ready to roll too.
Yeah, one of the newer streaming sites that I watch every now and then, a lot of people, I'm getting notifications that a lot of them are getting on Atlas, and I actually went on there and seen what was going on, and this is the same thing you guys are experiencing. Main Menu Simulator 2018.
Yep.
That's funny.
It's just it's the funny thing is it's still number 2 for streams right now, but a lot of people are like, I think Shroud's playing on a private server right now, so he's actually playing. Actually, Summit, same thing. He's on a private server. Quite a few. Moonman, Moon. That's one of the places that was gonna get. Looks like all the big streamers are playing right now, but they're all in private servers at the moment.
So it's like free pass to avoid that bullshit.
Just so content could be shown in the game, basically, so people can see what it's all about.
Yeah.
But I could
And-
see how people are saying like it's. I mean, yeah, it is like Ark. It's very like at a glance you would think, is this Ark? Because it looks like Ark.
I just don't
But-
think it should be like called like a copy and paste game like what Fallout 6 or Fallout 76 was though.
That's
Because
what
I
I've
think-
seen a lot in the discussions where
I
someone put that as a
think-
negative review, where it's like it's literally just a reskin of Ark. I don't see the point.
Like a lot of the shit I've seen in it is so much better.
Yeah, it is.
So much
Like
better.
I said, I watched the gameplay for roughly, I don't know, about 5 hours earlier, on and off since this morning, and I saw some of the mid-late game stuff when they spawned it in. There's some really interesting mechanics that can be done. NPCs can be hired. There's all kinds of like treasure chests, things you could do, boss battles, and the weather events that go on, that going underwater and scuba diving, all kinds of crap you can
The
do.
scuba diving looks pretty cool.
It does.
Yeah. As I said, give it a little time. Once they get the kinks worked out, I mean, this one, I don't care what the hell the Steam reviews page says, because the people are, I mean, look at the Facebook group alone. These people are committed as hell to it anyway. And there's going to be people, especially people from Ark that are tired of Ark, that are going to come over and play this, because it's if they, they believe it in more. So, and clearly the streamers and stuff are still interested in it. And, people like Shroud and whatnot. They, he's sitting there. 60,000 people are watching him play right now. So what the hell does that tell you?
Right.
It'll come around. It's just gonna take some time. So.
It's just launch pains.
Yep. That's what I said. They should have done like a closed alpha initially, and they probably should have held off on releasing this until after the holidays. They should have waited till like January, and get some feedback from people and like what to fix, if there was anything that needed to be fixed. Because quite honestly, I haven't seen really many bugs. There's a few things here and there on co-stream where like water was coming into the ship that wasn't actually there. But then again, they spawned that stuff in, so that could have just been, that kind of crap. Who knows? But beyond that, I haven't really seen anything game mechanic wise that seems to be an issue. It just right now it's just all. There was bad communication and delays, and now server issues that are the plague of the game. And honestly, I don't even think the Steam, if they didn't have the delay issues they did, and it was just the server problems right now, the Steam page probably wouldn't even be getting these reviews. Oh, Jeff is trying to get into the game now too. I might as well just tell him he's not gonna be able to play.
Yeah, that's mainly what the negative reviews are. Is just can't get past the main menu. And there's a lot of people who didn't give it like a negative review. They give it a positive. It's just like I just wait until things are fixed because they believe the game is gonna be good after that.
Yep.
You get those few that's just like you understand that like when you release a game, there's gonna be problems right off the bat. It's not gonna be perfect, and mainly it's like you got bugs or glitches, or it's the fact that you have server problems because of the hype, depending on the game. And really, a lot of people just don't understand that. They just give it a negative review because of all that crap. But it's like you should at least expect it from like published games that just come out today that are going to be huge, like Atlas.
I want to say it's kind of like an impulsive, like as in like they're just pissed off right now, so that's what they're doing.
That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, exactly what it is. They're just mad because they can't get in the game, and it's like
they're not really giving a review. It's more of just like a rant on the review thing.
Yeah, but you know what? They'll once it's like everything's fixed and the game's like pretty good, they're gonna turn around and just refix their review again. They're gonna be like, "Oh, game's great," and it's like.
Yeah, that's what'll happen. And it'll be the overall reviews of say like mixed or something, and then it'll say like very positive for recent or something or whatever.
Yeah, or just positive. You know, it's like cool, like good enough.
Personally, I don't think you should be allowed to review the Steam store page like unless you have like more than several hours played anyway. Because the people that are reviewing are only in there for like 10 minutes. They say like 0.1 hours played. Like really, some people probably just like had the game for free or something like that and refunded it just so they could make a fucking stupid troll post.
Right.
I guess.
Whoa.
But we'll see. It's whatever. I mean, that doesn't. The thing is, if people want to buy the game anyway, the reviews don't. I've bought many games on the Steam page that had like cautionary reviews.
Nah, man, I'm just gonna pass through town. That's all.
Oh,
just scavenging for food.
But I mean, Miscreated is a perfect example. Miscreated has had mixed reviews forever. Like right now, it still says mixed reviews.
Oh, I landed in that bush over there.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't think it deserves it. I mean, I think it deserves good, honestly, very good.
I saw the berries, I didn't see the apple. Oh, watch out, there's someone else right there. Oh,
and if you compare it to when it first came out, it had like negative reviews, and it wasn't even that bad.
I think they went in these bushes right here.
Yeah, we're like trying to.
Or it might have fallen through the map. There's some things that fall through the map sometimes. Yeah, some things fall through the map sometimes. Not really. I mean, all I found was a few cans every now and then.
What are you guys playing?
I'll move him temporarily.
Nothing. I'm about to roll.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right, Sarah, you were saying.
User joined your channel.
I died.
Oh, I was just gonna move you temporarily.
No, I died. Everyone put their guns down, and then the last dude that came in, he shot me immediately.
Oh, okay. But anyway, Mike, continue.
Oh no, Jeff was just asking where we were gonna be. That's the other thing I meant to say too, is that with this game, you know, there's a lot of people that want to play it with us too. So like we can have a lot of people hanging out and building. Like we'd be able to build things a lot more efficiently with more people.
We're gonna need a lot of people to operate, like especially the big ships.
Well, you will, but you don't necessarily have to though either. Like, let's say there's only like 5 of us and we build a galleon. You could still hire NPC crew to man other things as well.
Okay.
So there's that aspect as well. There's like ports in the game someplace where you can actually like trade and buy stuff because there's gold. Because those treasure chests and even like sunken ships and stuff have gold on it, and that's currency in game. That's the other thing. Ark didn't have a currency. That's different.
And sure it was. It was poop.
I'm gonna be like one of the dudes in the cannon just shooting at things. Either that, or I'm gonna jump on people's ships.
Yeah. Well,
damn it, right,
I guess we'll just have to. I guess I'll just wait till tomorrow. I get off work and go from there. And see what happens. By then, maybe everything. Plus, then by that point, the you know, initial influx would be kind of died down. People will be spread out a bit and stuff too, so it'd be easier to play.
Got me some Chinese food. Like a
Nice.
fat fuck.
Jealous.
It's
MSG.
leftovers. It's not that good.
Oh.
Fucking. So we move here, right? And there's this one Chinese place, and Katie's grandmother's like, "You got to eat this Chinese place. It's the only Chinese place, right?" Well, they closed literally a day after we ordered from them. They closed. And she's like,
There's no more Chinese places. That's it.
"We got on DoorDash. We get on DoorDash. There's probably 20 fucking Chinese places." So we just like did Rochambeau. We're like, "What are we gonna pick?" We just fucking picked one out of the woodwork, and it's really fucking good.
Dude, the Chinese place near me is fucking phenomenal.
Gotcha. I got Chinese food. You
Yeah,
want it?
I don't like the Chinese place by me. Yeah, I'm kind of like picky though about that because up north, you know, New York, New Jersey has really good Chinese food.
They do.
But down this way, forget it, man.
Colorado has shit Chinese food. Down here though, it's not too bad.
Where I am, like, yeah, this is like, I think this is the only really, it's the only Chinese place I like. As much as I ain't great place.
You can always tell if it's good Chinese if they have a billion fucking items.
You ever wonder if Chinese people are like, I want to eat American today, and they get
dude, probably.
hamburgers and hot dogs?
Did you,
I
did you
want to
ever?
eat American today. and
I'd
they
rather
actually
never
kill the
see that
American.
in that place. They better not be like, oh, well, we have burgers. No, no.
Did you ever see the video where they put one Chinese restaurant on with another one at the same time,
Yeah.
Oh
and
my
they're
God.
both trying to take orders from each other? Oh, it's hilarious.
That's so funny. I need to see that.
That is pretty funny.
I mean, people say they want Italian though, you know?
Right.
Pizza. Lasagna. Fettuccine.
Fucking meatball, you know? We're sitting,
I'm
we're
guilty
sitting
of
in
it.
Katie's fucking for their family or
Are,
whatever.
are you doing the hand gesture? You gotta do
Yeah,
the
you
hand
gotta fuck
gesture.
close it. So we're sitting at dinner with Katie's family, and Katie's grandmother, without even skipping a beat, goes, "Give me the Whopperware." And my eyes immediately shoot open because my fucking whole family's Italian, and Whop is like the N word. She did too, bullshit. And they're always so nonchalant about it. And
I can
It
hear her
is.
saying lies. in the
It is.
background.
Like you whine sack of shit.
nonetheless, it blew my mind. Italian lives matter. That's what Katie just said. All of lives matter.
Bro, you gotta show Katie. So you said Katie played Ark, right?
What's that?
Didn't you say Katie played Ark? That was like the one game
No,
she did play?
Sea of Thieves, Sea of Thieves.
Oh, Sea of Thieves. Yeah, Jeff bought Atlas as well. He's asking about my shift and stuff. He wants to play. He wants to play with us as well.
Goddamn Jeff.
He's never around. Where the hell? Where's Jeff hang out these days? He doesn't hang out
In an alley.
in an alley. He don't come around at all. I don't even see him online that much.
I can
anyway.
tolerate him if he's drunk. If he's not drunk, sorry.
If he's not, yeah. I was gonna say if he's drunk. What?
I'm retarded.
Jeff is drunk. It's always an interesting night.
Mike was like, "You got a problem."
I can't believe I accidentally screwed that up. He's awful when he's drunk. No offense, Jeff, if you're seeing this.
Like how off are we talking about here?
Let me ask.
He's like he's worse than me, and I get pretty bad.
How is
Oh,
this guy's doing?
Brandon
this?
has a story about that, which I'm sure you've heard.
I think he told me, but I don't
I
quite
blew
remember.
I blew up their wall in the forest.
Oh, that's
because they
right.
pissed- they
That's
pissed me
right.
off. It's
Yeah,
only when I
you
drink.
told me
It's
that.
only when I drink a shit ton of whiskey though. Like whiskey makes me angry, and I don't know why.
Fucking Brendan
Only
told
that.
me that. He was like, so we were just playing the forest, right? We had our like base done and everything.
What a trash game.
How dare you?
How dare you?
How is Rice
And-
Gum right now streaming and he has somebody's face? He's FaceTiming somebody right now at the same time on his stream and it's showing his face, like the person's FaceTime on stream. How the hell is he even doing that?
I think it's like a website where you can do like a multicam thing for a stream. I do believe.
But it's a cell phone though.
All right, guys. We've been at this now for 2 hours and 33 minutes. We haven't gotten anywhere, and I'm getting tired. So I wish we were able to get some gameplay in and have some fun, but unfortunately, they just got too much stuff going on with their server issues. So we're going to close the show for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the chat that we had in the channel. I'm sure this backdrop behind me is what all the other Atlas people are showing. So, except if you're one of the hardcore streamers who are on a different server. So, all right, guys, have a good night, and we will try this again. Peace. Take care. Bye-bye.